What about you?
Depends. For me, I would expect her to lie anyway about shit. So I don't know. It depends on how I feel
What
about
is it
her.
you expect women to lie about?
So about everything.
Are you trying to say all women lie?
Outside of how many men we've had sex with?
Yeah.
I still don't understand why
Like
you lie about that.
everything. Why?
Yeah.
Can't say your fellas are too sensitive, man. Y'all cannot handle. Y'all let's say we can handle. We can take it. Y'all
No.
can't.
Not everyone's the same. If you as a woman had been with 50 men,
Yeah.
why would you not want to be with somebody that can accept that part of you? Why would you want to cut out that part of your life, pretend it doesn't exist, and then move forward with this lie?
Because it's not a lie. It's just certain things you don't need to know about.
But if he asked you and you answered, you would lie.
No, but there's certain things, right? There's certain sexual
If you are omitting
interactions
the
that
truth,
you have.
come on now.
Yeah, but there's
Come
social
on.
sexual interactions that are not worth talking about.
Why not?
All
Okay.
50 of them?
Okay, so let me. So if you said
By the
to.
time you reach 50, you're not counting anyway.
But let's say, okay, so this is the same thing because you're saying it because you don't think they can handle it, yeah? That's what you're saying. All right, so you were with a man, right? And then he says, you ask him about his sexual history, and he says, I slept with about 15 girls in my past.
First of all, I don't want to ask that question.
No, but you
know.
asked anyway, you asked because we're discussing it.
I asked.
But then he admits that he slept with 4 men.
Dun, dun. You swear?
Because you know what? He can't really think that you're going to handle hearing that he slept with 4 men, so he just didn't tell you. But you know, he told you about all the women because that's what he thinks you can handle. Are you all right with that?
No, but that's different though.
What?
Can't say you fuck a whole man and not even one for.
Fuck a whole man.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects. Welcome to another episode of the Eloquently Saying Nothing podcast. This is episode 109 of season 2. Hashtag ESN pod to join the conversation at ESN podcast on all your social medias. I am the podfather, Stavros Boss. And in the room with me this very night, I have Big Wahala.
Those good people.
I have Simple Simon.
My memory is filled with a time when I lived in a place that was less than heavenly. We shared a room. We shared a bed. In fact, the bed wasn't so much a bed, but a plinth, a 2x4 upon which we slept. It was horrible. That was a short excerpt from a poem by the Right Honourable Baby Sham. And in its original form, it goes a little something like this. This is my story. True ghetto story.
This is my story. Real ghetto story. I remember those days when hell was my home, when me and mama bed was a big piece of foam, and me never like bathe and my ear never come. When mama gonna work, me go street go round. We got the thing them out of love now. Me squeeze 7 and the whole of them I don't know. We have a leap of extra clip cause we not broke now.
Jeez.
Yo, offbeat so bad.
Of course.
That's one of my top 5 favorite songs from that part of the world.
Favorite.
It's a bad boy
It's
song.
beautiful.
Do you mean Jamaica or the whole region?
The whole of them islands there. What's your social, Simple? Before I
At Simple Simon FB on Twitter. I don't have Instagrams. Jeez.
we also have that actor.
Full fathom 5, thy father's lies of his bones are coral made. Those are pearls that were his eyes. Nothing of him that thou fade, but thou suffer a sea of change into something rich and strange.
What in mothercon was that, my friend?
That is from The Tempest. William Shakespeareus. What's going on, people? It's your boy, the actor, DATACTOR on Instagram and Twitter.
Do we have to have something that we will do at the beginning?
I don't do nothing at the beginning.
Me and you, we're not the ones that do something.
'Cause I don't need to.
Oh,
Oh.
But you do something at the end.
yes, you do. It's only me that don't have something regular.
Yes, you do. Big man, I'm boring.
I hate because I can just say that and be done with it.
Anyways,
You did my socials for me as well, because I didn't even do that this week.
you do.
I just said,
At Big Wahala on
I
Twitter.
didn't even do that.
You didn't do that.
And a big wahala on Insta.
No one cares about him anyways.
It's true.
In the room with us this very night, we have a special guest, a returning guest. Thank you very much. We have Fiona Compton.
Good night.
Hi.
I know, man. I don't like the focus on the last name too much.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry.
Keep
don't
it
worry.
anonymous, sort of a little bit.
Okay. I can
Irie?
beep it.
Yeah, not really, but it's fine. Yeah, you can follow me on Know Your Caribbean. I'm trying to push my Instagram page with that,
All right.
the history.
So say that again in English, please.
Okay, you can follow me on Know Your Caribbean on Instagram and on Twitter. I just joined.
Hey!
All right, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
Welcome.
Now I can talk to you.
I'm scared though.
Why?
I don't know. Twitter does get real hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets.
hot in
Not
the street,
getting.
man.
It's always hot. I don't know what it's like on Instagram, but on
I
Twitter.
don't know. My Instagram page gets very hot. The debates are very, very heated. People get really upset on it.
Can I ask you a question?
Tell me.
It's a very personal question, actually.
Go for it.
Because obviously your skin tone is very light.
Yes.
Yeah? Have you ever been accused? Because there was accusations at the time. What were they calling it? Blackfishing.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get accused of it? Not you.
No. But Blackfish is a white girl. Oh, it's asking. So,
Yeah, because
I do it.
because some people might not know if because of your shade, they may say, "Oh, you might be." What are you laughing for? No, I'm actually. I'm not even being rude.
I know.
Right.
I'm not even being
Yeah.
rude. But some people might, because they might say, "Well, why are you behaving like a black person?" Blah 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 blah. Not because they don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got that. I think people think, why am I putting on that accent?
Exactly. That's
Yeah, so
very strong.
that is you're right. That is kind of a blackfishing assumption. But then I think it's just a matter of people not knowing what the Caribbean is like. Because when you go to the Caribbean, I know nothing
Exactly.
special. You know what I mean? You see enough girls who look like me
No,
all
you're-
over the place.
You're special. Of course, you're special.
Oh, thank you. But you know what I
So
mean?
special, so special, so special.
But you know what I mean? It's like to see people who look like me who have a blonde afro and they're very, very light skin or whatever. But they've grown up there their whole life.
No,
you
but
know?
seriously, Fiona, can you take the accent off now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
How,
we'll
how many,
try.
how many years have you been in this country?
I'm joking.
20.
It's not going, man.
You're faking the accent, then, man. Come on now.
No,
Okay, all right. Let's ask the question. How
20 years.
long has our dad been in this country?
50 or something?
Okay.
Is his accent still there? Does he still not even know the difference between he and she?
I think all of you wake. I think all of you with the accent wake up in the morning. And this morning I was like, no. And then did we
No. You see, the thing is that I moved here as a young adult. So everything, my formative years was in the Caribbean. So, and plus I speak English. I grew up speaking English. I've moved to an English speaking country. I'm not like changing my language.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I just have to articulate myself. I'm not going to speak like how I'd speak to another St. Lucian, to someone, like the same way I speak to someone who's British. You know, I'll just articulate myself more, but I'm not going to change
You talk to me like I'm a solution.
Yeah, but Gaza, you my partner. So why is it easier to Gaza just come out? Right? You my partner. So after a few years, I'm going to expect you're going to know my accent. I don't need to change it so much.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
So you do change depending on who you're talking to.
I articulate myself.
And she speaks English very well as well.
Yes,
Much better than me,
we've
bro.
seen her on a few interviews.
So your Instagram is the one you're promoting is Know Your History.
Yeah, know your Caribbean, yeah.
Sorry, Know Your Caribbean. And Twitter, are you promoting that now?
Yes, Know
So
Your
which one
Caribbean.
is that then? It's
Same
same thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's going to be your thing that you're actually going to debate
That's
with.
that's what I'm pushing the most now. That's
Oh,
yes.
did you come? Were you the one that came on? And I saw somebody come on Twitter and goes, "I'm new to Twitter. Where's all the Caribbean people?" Is that you?
Nah,
Okay, I was about to say. I was thinking.
I'm scared, of Twitter.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you because
Especially
they will
black
come for
Twitter,
you. You know? They'll come for you if they see you and they'll be like, "Who's this one?" They'll come for you, boy.
Yeah, I know, because, like, people starting to say I'm there like the female Akala and all this kind of thing. I think, these mixed race people who have all these issues and have to kind of...
Overcompensate. and-
Yes, exactly.
the Caribbean. You're from Brixton. You lie.
Yes.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about
yes.
them. Don't worry about. Do your
Okay,
thing,
then.
man. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Well, that brings us to a first topic.
Okay.
Then, seeing as we're talking about Twitter and potential shots being fired,
Shots.
So- I got a couple of I think it's one actually requests to talk about Slumflower.
Yes.
Okay.
So you know her already?
Yeah, I know. I've come across her post briefly. I don't follow her, but I know of her. Yeah.
And I immediately shut it down. I said no, because it's just like bullying now. Basically, if you ain't got nothing nice to say about somebody, and it's not that we never have nothing nice to say about her. She's a young Nigerian woman that I've picked up personally myself, that is making moves, she's making money, she's doing her thing. I don't agree with everything she says, but, so be it. And because I don't take on board what she's saying too much, I just don't think we need to talk about I didn't think we needed to talk about
What are the inflammatory things that she said?
All right, well, in this case, we got a voice note, in which case I thought, you know what, the voice note has come, and I'm going to respect the voice note. So
okay, so she's a Nigerian born here, or she's born in Nigeria?
I think she was born here.
I believe she's born here, but I can't vouch.
She's quite young. She's about 21, 22.
You see these millennials, I can't deal with these. Like, anyway, let's go.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. But anyways, I'll play the question,
Very
and then
sensitive people.
I will read some of the excerpts of what the issue is about. So here's a question.
Hello, this is Mo from Colour Out the Box podcast, and I just wanted to ask you guys, what did you think about the recent article by the Slumflower about the importance of people living alone, especially given the current climate? Do you think people have to live alone before they move in with a partner, and do you think it's important?
All right.
We got Mo. Call out the box and all that.
I watched the video of Slumflower talking about it.
Yeah, I'm going to play this now. But we can talk over it.
Come on in.
Why would you do that?
Because it's the music in between, isn't it?
Was it MTV Cribs?
Yeah.
This is her showing off her
My
apartment.
name is Chidera. I'm popularly known online as the Slumflower.
Oh my God, she's even
Young
Igbo.
people
course she's one of yours.
decide to live alone because it's important to give yourself room to know who you really are when you are not responding to other people. And what I mean by that is, if you live with family or your partner or roommates or anybody, it means that you're being a particular version of yourself that those people bring out of you, because every single person we meet brings out a different side of us. So if you're living alone, it means that you actually get to explore yourself, and you will find that you'll discover things you didn't even know you liked, because you now have all this space to really explore who you are.
All right, I'll leave it at that.
There's a whole article that comes with that, though, isn't there?
Yes, that was for the Financial Times, the Life and Art section. So I'm thinking, get your money, man, because she's written an article for the FT saying she believes that everybody should live by themselves at some point in their life before they go into some long-term relationship, so you can find yourself, you can understand who you are, etc., etc. Now, just to be very quick, this is Stavros, I don't necessarily believe you have to do that. I didn't do it. I don't think you have to, but I don't see anything wrong with the idea that you do it. I don't see anything wrong with people having that assumption either. It's not, I would have
thought it was a popular assumption, to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but she got back. This woman that has said some grease online got pure backlash because of this.
But is that one reason why she got backlash, though?
She got backlash.
Did you read the whole article?
No, I didn't read the whole thing.
So maybe read the article, because I think what they was getting backlash about was people were trying to say people can't just live alone. It's not just simple to live alone. That's what I saw all the backlash about.
Yeah,
like,
but
people were saying
that's-
that you can afford to get a flat. All the rest of us can't just go and get a flat. So maybe there's more stuff that she said in the article that maybe we should have read before we came here to come and tell people.
I started reading the thing. It was basically just what she said. That's all it is. That's all it comes down to. You should try and live in by yourself. But I think because there's an exclamation mark after it, people, like you said, were saying, but not everybody can afford to live by themselves. And I'm thinking, so what? Then if you can't afford to live by yourself, then you can't afford to live by yourself. I think people are upset because it's like, well, I can't do it, and how dare you judge me for being, not being able to afford to live elsewhere. And
Are you sure it's just because people just don't like her?
That's what I said.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
I think a lot of it was because, but the people that was on her side were the ones that were also against her now. So I don't know. I think we should, to be honest, unless we've read the article, I reckon we should concentrate on what Mo's question was, because I think there's stuff in the article that might read a particular reason as to why they had this.
Well, there you go then. So let's stick with the question that was actually asked then. Fair enough. And I'll bring it to somebody other than Wahala. So one of you two or the lady. What do you feel about the idea of having to live by yourself before you move out?
I lived by myself for a long time. It's about 5 years. Well, with my son, I think only now in retrospect, understanding the importance of that. I think before, because I was in a long-term relationship with my son's father, and before that I was in another relationship, and before that I was really young, so I was flat sharing. And then after that, I started living on my own. And then I had to go through a lot of periods of extreme loneliness and, like deep, deep, deep sadness. And sometimes you have to go into that for you to really understand yourself. And yes, it does sound, kind of cheesy or whatever, but it is,
hella cliche.
Yeah, it does. But it is, you do. And some of my best work as a creative has come out of that loneliness and that kind of self-exploration. And now coming out of it, now that I'm entering into another phase of my life, I've understood the importance of that time. And for me to know exactly what I want when I'm moving into this new section of my life. So I only understand the importance now. I didn't understand it then. At times I was shit, right? So I think it is. But going back to the economics of it, especially now, it's very hard for people to live on their own. So I think it's a bit flippant to just say, oh, just live on your own and explore yourself. You have to kind of, I have not read the article, but I think it's important for someone to kind of also touch on the fact that people can't afford to do it, and the fact that, London is becoming like uninhabitable for people who have a certain income.
Move out of London.
Yeah, well.
But that's what a lot of people were saying, exactly what you just said there.
But
they were saying that at the end, that, she should have touched on the point that you can't live, not everyone can live on their own. So I think that was one of the arguments that they had. No, you said.
So you agree then, in essence, that you found yourself in solitude, and maybe you wouldn't have found it if you went by yourself?
Solitary brother.
I can't say if I would have discovered these things about myself if I wasn't alone, but I think that I have come to understand a lot of important truths about myself, about things I will and will not accept in my life. And I think in a relationship, you compromise a lot, which is fine, it's necessary, but at the same time, over compromising can lead to resentment too.
Yes.
So you have to kind of know yourself. So when you step into a relationship or something or partnership or whatever, you're like, hey, know from now, because I know myself so well that I know this is not going to work or this will work. So it could also avoid a lot of potential problems for you in the future if you take that time for yourself.
Okay. The actor?
Yes. Jumping on from what Fiona says, I'm live by myself at the moment. I had been living by myself for a bit.
Lonely.
Yes.
It's nice.
But coming from a big family to literally solitary confinement, I've enjoyed it. I've realized how much I like my own space. I don't like sharing with people. Sometimes I don't like people in my space for too long.
Nobody wants to share your space with you anyway.
I don't want you in my space, especially you. You take up a lot of space.
I don't visit you.
I'm so lonely.
Exactly. It's not even a question of being lonely sometimes. It's also a reflection period. You can see things you like to do, things you like to be. I like walking around, being lazy, don't have to wash in the morning. Yeah.
Don't have to wash what? Like bathe?
Bathe, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll bathe like in the afternoon.
Okay, as long as you bathe in the day, at least, yeah.
No, I don't leave it for like a couple of days, like Stavros. I bathe. I'll leave it later on in the day or something. It's good to have that. It's almost like a sense of freedom. There's not many rules and restrictions that are implied upon you. You can create your own rules and restrictions within your own space, and that I like. I mean, once, like what Fiona said again, once you embark in a relationship or a partnership, you realize there's things that you don't like giving into. Don't like having to eat at a certain time or go to bed at a certain time or do certain things at a certain time because your partner wants to do it. That means you have to do it. It's like, I'll go to bed when I want to go to bed. Just because you're going to bed don't mean I have to come and lay in the bed with you to make sure you go to sleep before I go to sleep. There's things that I want to do that I will do at any time of the day, and I'm happy with that. I don't have to conform with what you're doing and your rules and regulations. So it can cause dramas and issues, but again, it's a question of compromise. If you're willing to have that compromise and make that compromise. Simple.
Gaza. I think with this Slumflower woman, she's done the same thing that she's done before, where sometimes she's got a point, but she delivers it in such a convoluted way that you kind of miss the point and get upset with her delivery.
There was nothing wrong with the girl's delivery, though. I don't understand what the issue is with her delivery.
No, wait. Let me finish. God damn, FavrosSays.
Let him land his plane.
I
man.
got your back, man. It's your own people, man.
Let him land his plane.
It was, innit? It was
The smile in your face.
No,
All the while they want to take your place.
You joking.
Backstabbers.
But what I'm saying is, basically, on other issues, she's delivered badly. And then, like Cry Wolf, you just get used to this idea that you associate this person with a certain viewpoint, and then you almost don't listen to what she's saying. She makes a valid point. I think the only criticism I have is that you don't necessarily need to live by yourself to reach the same point where you know yourself. I don't think you have to live by yourself in order for that to happen.
I agree with you there. You don't have to.
Yeah.
But none of you have lived by yourself, have you?
Yeah, because you can't know.
Nah, I don't think you have to live by yourself.
You might not have to, but you won't know how to live alone if you've never lived alone.
Nah, I know how to live alone.
Well, you've never done it.
That's for gazy,
So
but
you don't know how you are if you lived alone.
I'm quite fine.
No, but you don't know how you.
Yeah,
lived
we
alone.
have never. So Simple Simon, Wahala, and Stavros have never lived alone. You two have moved out of the family home and moved in with each other,
Yeah.
and then you moved in with women.
Right, hey.
What?
I didn't move in with all women.
Sorry.
My G.
You moved back home, and
Fucking hell.
then you purchased a house with your woman.
I didn't move in with no woman. I ain't you, man.
All right.
Jesus.
Bar. Slander in the morning.
Shots fired.
okay.
boy.
This podcast has been too cool at this moment
And
in time.
Stavros just left the family home and moved into the woman's house.
right.
Moved into
Long
the
as
woman's
you know.
home. So
Kick you
we
out
have
any
never
time.
lived by ourselves. So as much as the three of us are,
Baby,
well,
can I come in?
me and Simple are both saying, watch your mouth.
You left that plate in the sink. You know what happens when you leave that plate in the sink?
Jesus.
Get your ass out of this house, man.
You know what? That's one of our pet peeves as well. Just leaving dishes. Of all the things I do, leaving dishes.
It's true.
All right. Yeah. So as much as I agree with you, Simple Simon, I don't feel you have to live by yourself to find whatever it is she's saying you must find. But I've never done it. And maybe if I did, I'd be like, oh, this is something that I never experienced before, and now I'm there. I found it.
But you see, the thing is, she made a good point. She said that when you with someone's company, you're being a certain version of yourself.
I agree.
Yeah, I
right?
agree.
To
Definitely.
accommodate, and a lot of that is subconscious. So when you're alone, you're not accountable to anyone's feelings. You don't have to be considerate in any way. You could play music loud, soft.
As
you
I'm
could
reading
watch-
her article, that's exactly what two things she said. Dishes, playing music loud. These are two things she doesn't have to worry about anymore. Her mum's not telling her to wash the dishes anymore, and she can play her music as loud as she wants.
Yeah, if you want to watch the same movie every night to explore whatever, you're not accommodating to anyone. So therefore, that is real going into the depths of who you are and what you really, really want.
I don't know what movie people is watching the same movie every night.
Don't have to watch porn on low.
Them
Ball outs.
They were there. Where? I don't know. I didn't even get. No one you asked me the question.
Yeah,
Nobody
go on
cares.
now.
Nobody
Go on.
cares.
Wahala.
Had you even finished what you were saying because we cut you off and then didn't let you say anything?
It's
after?
normal. Keep going.
No, that's what I'm saying. So carry on. Saying this.
My train of thought is completely gone now.
You see
So
there?
that's what I'm saying.
Because we don't agree with you. That's why you're the outcast.
Sorry.
You're the outcast. But I don't know. I suppose I agree with what you just said. To be honest, if I'm going to be real, because again, I haven't lived alone. But one thing I will say is living with somebody shows you a whole heap of stuff as well. So people need to get this out of your brain that living alone is the way you look, bruv. The amount of stuff I learned now living with my fiance that I would never even have thought about living with a whole family. So I've lived with a whole family of people, and they've given me a whole different perspective than living with just one person.
Yeah.
Even the fact that like little things change when you live with just one person. So let's say if you use a plate for example. If I put a plate down somewhere in a house full of 5 people, potentially 4 other people might pick up that plate and put it in the sink, or I could do it myself at some point. But 4 other people may feel, okay, he hasn't done it, so I'm going to do it. If it's just the 2 of you, you're thinking, that person left their plate for me to take for them. You start thinking things in different ways because it's only 2 of you. It can't be somebody else because it's only me. If you've done this, it's only the only other person in the house that's going to affect is me. So obviously you didn't care. Like
no one
little
else
things
to
like
lay
that.
blame
That's a
on.
very good point.
Yeah, there's no one else but the other person there. If you decide in the morning that I don't know, anything like simple like that. So even if you decide like you go into the fridge and your food's missing, if there was 5 other people in that house, there's 4 other people that you can check to see whether or not they've eaten that food. If it's just you and the other person, you
This
know
is
the
like
other person.
what Bernie Mac says in the Kings of Comedy.
What did you say about it?
When stuff gets broke, I know who did it.
Yeah, exactly, stuff like that.
He already said it was just me and my wife before he had to take in his brother's children.
Yeah.
Like, he was happy. We could walk around the house naked, do our own.
Yeah, all that type of stuff makes a massive change. So you do living on your own. I haven't done it, so I don't know. Even though when me and Simple did live together, we lived in the same house. It kind of looked like you're living on your own because he was elsewhere and I was elsewhere.
He was in the East Wing.
Yeah, it was fair. It was far. But it was.
I had business trips where he was by himself.
Yeah, so that's true. So there was copious amounts of times when he was by himself. Even when he used to go to his missus on the weekend, I'll be in the house on my own on the weekend, stuff like that. So,
Was you crying?
oh, just occupied myself.
Can I just?
But you did.
There are aspects of this is part of the article now. There are aspects of her life, including family and boyfriend. She says that she will not share on Instagram. Her fluctuating income means that she has decided to pay her rent 6 months in advance. Now,
That's
I've read most of the whole thing now, and basically she said because she said her parents still wanted to find a proper job because she's an influencer. Her money fluctuates, and because it fluctuates, she's decided to pay 6 months because maybe she's making big money now with Adidas and Google, but then wants to
Google.
She's doing something with Google apparently.
What do influencers do? I need to know.
You're one of them, are
influence
you?
Are you an
Are you an
influencer?
influencer?
I ain't getting paid, so until I'm getting paid for doing what
You
I'm
ain't
doing.
influencing well enough, are you?
I'm saying.
You got enough followers to move down that path. So you need to start speaking to this lady,
Slumflower.
I guess. Yeah. Because I don't know. Basically, once you get enough followers, then you now have an influence, hence the term influence, on what people do. Especially if you're a popular person, what you say holds weight and value. So now, as a somebody that wants to promote something, that wants to sell something, I come to you and I say, "Oh, look at your hair; it's beautiful. You have a product. I have this product that I want to sell. Can you push this product on your page because you have 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 people that will follow it?"
Or you can, decide that you want to create an app, and maybe you then, after create that app, create a festival. And use these said influencers to become your advertisement, like they did in the Fyre Festival.
Are we going to the next topic?
Yeah, next topic.
Yeah.
It just moved in.
Because it was so perfect.
So
Excellent. Yes.
we were asked by multiple people to talk about this Fyre Festival.
Fyre Festival.
I still don't know why. Well, obviously because the 2 documentaries came out, one for Hughley, one for Netflix. I think most people have seen the Netflix one. I'm still yet to see the Hulu one, but hopefully I'll get around to it at some point. So Fyre Festival, for those of you that don't know, like Wahala said, it was an app created as a what do you do?
Basically, you'd be able to purchase time. So big artists like Rick Ross, all these types of recording artists,
Lady Gaga.
stuff like that. You'd be able to.
But there's a word. Somebody does that job. What's the job doing when you do that? You
Concierge?
No.
No, it's a promoter.
Bruv, why do you have to make it difficult? Let me just explain what the thing is, man.
Because there's one word that was just say
Like an agent. Basically, it's like an agent.
So it's like a booking agent.
It's an agent, yes.
It's a booking agent system where you can book live acts to come to your private events.
It doesn't have to be private, man. It could be whatever.
Yeah, whatever. But I think it's more for like the
was
normal
for the
everyday
elite.
person that's got a lot of money, or not normal everyday, but the rich man to say, "Come and do my wedding for me, and I'll give you 50,000 rupees."
You know, like Beyonce did that wedding, in that Asian wedding, the
Indian
other day,
wedding,
Yes.
and she got paid
Like $1 million.
more than $1 million. She getting $1 million for any normal event. To go to a private thing, she got tons. But that's the richest, like one of the richest man. Well, he's the richest man in India. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. But they had the idea to promote this app. What they would do is they would hold a festival, and then that would promote the app. A Fyre Festival. The app was called the Fyre app or whatever, and the Fyre Festival would be the festival to promote the app. There you go. So what they did is they went to the Bahamas. They found, because Bahamas, for those of you that don't know, is a cluster of islands. So they found a very small island.
It's like 700 islands.
Is it 700?
Yeah.
God damn, I didn't know it was that much.
You can buy it. They have ones for sale,
That's what they said they did.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they
That's what they said.
they said they
Yeah.
bought one of the islands and then
Pablo Escobar.
Pablo Escobar. So you didn't watch it, but you know about it.
I watched a trailer.
Which is maybe
Yeah.
enough.
The
The
trailer's
trailer
enough.
actually was enough.
It was
Seems so.
actually. So, but anyway, basically, they took a bunch of models there, and it was just models, isn't it? Really,
Models and
influencers.
They were,
Yeah.
no, they were models.
in the
Yeah,
beginning,
but
in the beginning,
They were just Instagram models, basically, which is influencers.
No,
in its own
I
way.
don't think they were Instagram models.
Some were
saying,
Instagram models
but-
and some were top models.
yeah, they were
like
saying these are some of
Victoria's
the
Secret models.
top models in the world.
Yeah, but
I
a
don't know
lot of them
who
were
any of
still. They still start from Instagram. That's where the followers are from, innit? Instagram. So they were all Instagram top models. Then, if you want to put it that way, they're not the ones that just have big breast and big bottom. That's been injected. They
Not
were
them
actual models.
Not them shaker models.
Yeah.
Skinny girl.
That's
Yeah.
the ones.
I didn't know them because I don't want to know them.
Bulimic models.
They were there. Bulimic models. And this is why we don't have you around normal people.
Anyways, they went there. They took pictures. They did some videos, and then they told everybody on this certain day to promote this.
Put an orange tile. It was.
Orange tile, yeah.
Orange
And
tile
say
on Instagram.
and hashtag it Fyre Festival.
Fyre Festival.
And they paid what's her name? $250,000.
Kim Kardashian.
The
Kendall.
Jenna. $250,000
To do what?
post one picture.
Oh God. You see?
One picture on her Instagram and hashtag Fyre Festival.
Yeah, but you see what he did though.
It worked.
It worked.
It worked.
Because she's a social influencer.
Yeah. So that's how you change social influence
Yeah, man.
to money.
Can you make some money, please, so we can leech off you?
Do you know what? We were at one point when we had the Facebook page, we were influencers.
Yeah, we were, but then we lost out. So. I don't like to talk about that period of time anymore.
Why?
Man.
What happened?
We don't know how to control our own powers.
There's been heartache and
We don't know how to control
What
our
happened
powers.
is we do things too early. That's why.
Yeah, way too early, and
we
then don't
ca-
know how to follow it up.
we came too quickly.
Yes.
Quite literally.
That explains nothing to me.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
so
So
it came too quickly. I didn't have a pregnancy from it either. That's what it was.
What?
Our conception was an anticlimax.
In other words, we came with the condom quickly and threw the condom away. That's exactly what we did.
So the things were going good, and then y'all just lapsed on it.
Yeah. Well, no, it was going well, but we didn't know what to do with that wellness.
we didn't understand the market
Yeah.
because it
okay.
was new.
right.
As in,
So y'all were doing everything before them millennials were just doing everything that getting paid 6 months rent in advance. So just drop that, right? For posting a picture on Instagram.
quite literally, like all this podcast game and that.
Yeah. We're doing that.
Doing it early. The Facebook groups were doing it early.
Events.
Like events.
We
that
too
were,
old, you know. That's what happened. You know.
Yeah,
sometimes you're born in the wrong time.
Yeah. If we were born 10 years, if I was born
Later?
10 years, if I was born in the late 80s or the early 90s, let's say 90s. If I was born in the 90s, and I had the same passion and movements and forward focus that I did when I was in my early 20s, then I reckon I would be one of these people because I would have been in the right time. But the time I was in was not the time for what I was doing.
Yeah. We didn't have the technology. We didn't remember when we came up. There was no social media.
You know, there was.
So there was none of like our networks were very different.
Yeah, but we did have social media. We just used it, and that's how we got popping. But we just don't know. We didn't know what to do with it. But
how
that's
to
here, not there.
monetize it properly. Yeah.
That's here, not there.
Anyway,
With regards to sorry, just going back actually to the thing. You said that you pay 6 months rent in advance.
Yeah.
That's, depending on how much the rent is, that could go from 3,000 to 6,000. It might not have been that much.
6,000 for rent
For what?
in 6
How you
months.
mean?
It's 1,000 a month.
She lives in Woolwich in one of these new build high rise.
Yeah,
Oh, so
that's-
she's not living in no room?
Yeah, but it might not cost that much money. 1,000 a month is not a dramatic amount.
You won't get 1,000 a
Oh
month.
dear.
Not in Woolwich.
This is how you
You
know.
own
In
a
South
house,
London, they're
right?
lucky they pay £5 to live in South London.
First of all, you own a house, right?
Yeah.
So you haven't paid rent in a while because you're paying mortgage,
I pay
correct?
mortgage.
Exactly.
I laugh at you.
Rent is
man.
more
one
expensive than
bedroom,
mortgage.
one bedroom is like 900 and up.
No, everyone has to
Some one
acknowledge.
bedrooms are like 1,500, especially if there's some fancy
swallow?
A
new.
month, yeah?
You have to acknowledge that Fiona swallowed first because of the pain. It was like some one bedroom, some one bedrooms are 900 a month. Like the pain was real.
Yeah, but it might be a one bedroom. And that will be under the 1,000 a month I'm referring to.
No, it
Also,
won't
she
be.
getting paid
It won't be.
6 Gs.
I can tell you
You
now.
just said 900.
I'll tell you now. Them places in Woolwich, if it's a new build, like you said, in
New
one of
build
the high rises,
overlooking the water.
1,200.
1,200
room.
up.
Yeah, even 1,200 a month. What's wrong?
Yeah, but
For
even
one
if
person.
yeah,
$7
but
grand. What's if you get paid remember she's getting paid where they're probably dropping a lot of money on her at one point.
That's why
$7
she-
grand is not a big deal.
yeah, but that's for one job.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So she's paid that $7 grand off. That's not that much money. There's people out there that can get $7 grand not too much problem if you're living at home still. If you're living at home and you're not paying rent and you work for 7 months, you can get $7 grand and you can drop that 6 months in advance. But they're not even asking most people for 6 months in advance. They ask you for 1 month in arrears and then they pay the month then and then pay the next month. So 3
deposit
months
as
they
well.
ask you for at least most times. So I don't understand what the big deal is.
Nobody said it was a big deal.
No,
but-
they were making it out it was a big deal before.
Oh, what the people that the backlash people?
Yeah, to have the 6 months.
No.
The fact
I
is most
mentioned,
people don't have the luxury to just drop 6 months rent
Yeah,
in
there you
advance
go.
and walk off
For them.
and I mentioned,
in a nice new well-built flat.
Yeah,
Overlooking the water.
Well, all these new builds is not really nice.
How did you say overlooking the water? That was the last thing in it. Overlooking the water.
Because you add £500 for just that.
It's
For
true.
view, yeah. For the
Yeah,
view.
to your rent.
Peckham
Yeah.
Spring, boy.
I've read the thing now.
Village.
Del boy.
I was skimming through it whilst you lot were talking, and that's the only thing I could see that people might have got a bit of any issues with, because all it was saying the same thing she just said. It just stretched it out, and it was talking about her life.
Sorry, I went back there. It's just in my head because you said it
My,
again.
my
so-
uncle did that one time and paid a year's rent in advance
Your uncle's a shutter.
in the house. On a house. It was mad.
In which country?
In this country.
Okay, because if it was in Nigeria, that won't mean nothing, boy.
Okay, that's what you have to do in Nigeria, don't you? You have to pay.
Yeah, a month in you pay a year in advance,
you
but
have
then
to pay,
they'll come the next month. Hey, oh God, you didn't pay. I paid a year in advance. That was for the year. That was for last year.
That was
I
for
wasn't here
previous
last year.
years.
You should have been here. You should have been here. But yeah, so that Fyre Festival thing was mad.
Anyway, so what are we going to talk about? Because
well, you got the question
Back to Fyre.
the question that somebody's got and they put in.
oh yeah, there's another audio one in it.
But it did. Go on.
I'm glad she paid that 6 months rent up front. You know why?
What?
Ibo Queno.
There we go. This stingy bastard.
Why? Because she's an Igbo?
Ibo
Them
Queno.
stingy bastards there. They don't like to give money. Them Igbo people. But the thing about this Fyre Festival that I think was mad, even though Ja Rule lied and said it was a social experiment.
Where you gonna be without my baby?
That's what that man said.
Yeah, he had to say it was a social experiment or something. But it kind of was like a social experiment.
It
It
was.
showed you how much people was willing to spend just to be in the know or just to be in the group of elite people that did this elite thing.
There was $10,000 tickets. You know, $10,000.
So I heard. What you getting for that 10 G's?
I don't know, boy.
You get a tent.
An apartment.
No,
You get a refugee tent.
It's a tent.
And
No,
a
no,
cheese
no,
sandwich.
apartment.
I saw the bread and
them
cheese
super
and a
expensive
wet
ones.
mattress.
And a wet mattress.
Them big expensive ones. You're getting an apartment. But anyways, let me play the
Airbnb
question.
yard.
10,000. I want my dick sucked and my balls lit.
Well, we'll talk
Hello,
about that in a minute
ESN
as well.
podcast, aka Screen Nation Podcast of the Year nominees. Hope you guys are well.
Jeez.
So my question is relating to the Fyre documentary, which was recently released on Netflix, and taking it for the team. On the documentary, there was one guy who was willing to perform fellatio for some H2O. So my question to you guys is, what's the biggest hit that you guys have taken for the team? All right, take it easy. Peace.
I'm gonna suck dick for that water.
Yeah, so
need some
just
water.
Wait, a man suck dick for water?
yeah. So let me get
One
into
of
the story of this.
producers and managers.
Look at Fiona's face. Look at her face.
Oh,
I'm confused.
Gone.
oh.
Explain it.
One of the producers of the event was told that one of the backers had pulled out due to money. There was no money, but in order to get the
No,
product,
that's wrong.
wasn't it? Wasn't
No,
that in order
no,
to get the product? Alright,
no.
go on then.
I
Basically,
bet you said the wrong thing as well.
no. Basically, they had to import water into the country,
Yeah.
and they imported some Evian,
Yeah.
and it got stopped at customs because they hadn't done the correct thing to get it through. Basically, it's not.
It was a payment.
It's basically a scam. You need to pay.
No. When you import something, like when you buy
You have to
something
pay
off
custom
eBay,
tax.
yeah.
So basically, they had to pay the custom
Duty,
tax.
They had to pay the
yeah.
tax.
They had to pay the
Payments.
custom tax.
And
Yeah?
the custom tax was?
The duties.
$175,000. I think it was
$175,000 for water.
for them to.
That's the tax.
That's how much they was
The
trying to
duty,
import.
the duty fees.
Yeah, because they was trying to import that much water because it was meant to be. It was thousands of people that were
There
meant to
was
be.
no duty free.
There was meant to be. There was thousands of people that was meant to be feeding and obviously getting the water for. So they didn't have the money because they didn't have the money for anything. So what they did, Billy's the guy that was behind the Fyre Festival with Ja Rule. He called up one of the producers. I forget his name now.
A man?
Yeah, another man.
Yeah.
I forget his name. What is his name? You need to know this guy's name.
Their
'cause-
token gay friend.
No, because he's a legend. I think it was David or something like that. This guy's
No,
actual legend.
it wasn't David.
But he called him up and he said,
Gary.
he said to him, I don't know what your name is. I forgot his name. He said, you are our, gay leader, and we need you to,
Take one for the team.
help us out and take one for the team. And he's like, well, what do you mean? What do you want me to do? And he goes, I forget the man's name because the man's name is important. He goes like, John, let's say it's John. John, I need you to go down to the duty-free custom place.
Let me try and find it so I can just play it.
I've got it somewhere on my Netflix already, I think. You need to go down to the duty-free place and
It's
we
on
need
Twitter.
you to suck some dick.
So,
And the man said, when he said it to him, he went home, he gargled some mouthwash, he got himself dressed nicely and prepared himself to drive down there to suck the man's dick.
But to suck whose dick though?
The commissioner, or whatever the country that
So,
was doing
but why do you think that the Bahamian commissioner, duty commissioner, is going to accept head from some random gay white man?
Clearly, they thought the man was gay. I don't know how they knew he was gay. I don't know what
How
came
bad
into
you want this
gay.
water?
It worked. It worked.
No, he didn't suck the dick.
Water get no enemy, boy.
Didn't he do it?
No, he didn't suck the dick. He got there, and the man was like, he must have said to them, "Bring this man to suck my dick, and maybe I'll give you this water." And maybe that's where they got it from. Because when he got there, he said that the man said to him, "Don't worry about it. Just when you get paid,
Make sure
I'm the first one to get paid." And then he said he didn't have to suck the dick. But the fact that the man was prepared to go and suck dick to get that water, I commend that dude.
You want this water? Better suck my dick.
So
I'll tell you what, you man would be thirsty motherfuckers if that was the situation. Boy, I ain't
First of
sucking
all,
dick.
is there any head that's worth $175,000?
Boy, super head.
I don't know, man. I don't
It
know.
depends if you've got it.
I don't know.
What if you've got what?
If you got the 175,000, it's nothing for you, like £5, then maybe.
Wait, well,
If you fancied, I don't know, what's that one that everybody fancies? Halle Berry, all your life, and you've got 175,000. You say, you know what, Halle Berry, I'll give you that if you suck some dick.
Is she gonna swallow?
I don't care what she's doing. I don't know what she's doing. I don't fancy the Halle Berry.
do you really care?
175,000. Taking my kids inside you, yes?
Oh my God, you're disgusting.
Why not?
That question is a good question, and yes, I think men do actually care. I think when you take it out or you spit it out or put it in a tissue or something, like it takes away all of the thing that might have been there. I think for some men.
But you'll come already.
Yeah, but I don't think the coming. What is the purpose of coming in their mouth in the first place if it's not just the aesthetics?
To swallow it?
To impregnate the gums.
It's the aesthetics, isn't it? It's the way it looks, I suppose. So if you didn't do something that they expect you to do, I'm supposed to gonna get on your nerves today. I don't know.
It does make a difference.
It's protein, isn't it?
It does make a difference. It's like, I know men are used to dealing with rejection, but it's like rejection
of your kids, boy.
That's the highest level of rejection.
You're rejecting. You're rejecting the actual currency that I have. It's the only real currency that we have as like human beings. Like this seed has got. It's like
what is it you like to call it? My intellectual property.
It's the intellectual property.
Yes.
That is the 5 calories of energy that I'm prepared to, and you're just gonna spit it out in the toilet. That's just terrible.
So girls is
No. State your case, Fiona. State your case. Speak your mind.
I've been looking for this clip. What are we talking about?
yeah, back to the
So we're talking about. We have got to the point now where we're discussing. Does it matter if a woman swallows?
And what do you say?
I'm asking too many questions.
Oh, no, ask
But
questions.
this is what we're here for. Ask.
No, he said that girls get up to go to the bathroom. They go that far so they hold it in.
Yeah, that's long.
Some don't. Some will just spit in the tissue.
I've seen that.
So they just have tissue on this side there.
They're
prepared.
I don't know. Spit on the mattress. Spit
Some people
a cloth.
spit it back in your face.
Yeah.
God damn.
StavrosSays.
I'll kiss you back.
Exactly.
I was listening to
Come and taste
broken.
Hello, some men do that too. After they go down, they come and
It's sharing it. Sharing is caring.
Broken Pussy podcast. Shout them out. Last week's episode, one of them said that a guy that she's dealing with asked to do that.
To do what?
Bust in her mouth and then
Come
for
and
her to
kiss
share.
him?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure how I
she said
feel
no.
about that,
She said
It's
no.
mine.
Sorry?
I'm not too sure how I feel about that.
Yeah, she said that wasn't that. She didn't like that. She didn't like that. And they're quite
Open.
as you can imagine by the name of the podcast, they're quite open with their sexuality and exploring themselves. And
He
even
probably saw it on a porn or something.
and even she was like,
He probably saw it at porn and got excited.
Can I play this clip or is it we gone too far for
No,
this?
I
now?
Play the clip. Go on.
Play the clip.
Go through.
We only digress because you let us.
We've been digressing on this whole podcast.
Goddamn, StavrosSays.
The digressing
The
episode.
big meeting with Customs, and of course Customs had said to Billy and the gang, you need to pay us $175,000 in cash today for us to release the water. I went down. Well, Billy called me. I'm going to speak completely, this won't go that far, I'm sure, but Billy called and said, Andy, we need you to take one big thing for the team.
But he's
And
not
I
good
said,
looking.
oh my gosh, I've been taking something for the team every day. He said, well, you're our wonderful gay leader, and we need you to go down. Will you suck dick to fix this water problem? And I said, Billy, what? He said, Andy, if you will go down and suck Cunningham's dick, who's the head of Customs, and get him to clear all of the containers with water, you will save this festival. And I literally drove home, took a shower. I drank some mouthwash. I'm like, oh my gosh, and I got into my car to drive across the island to take one for the team. And I got to his office fully prepared to suck his dick. But he couldn't have been nicer. And he's like, Andy, listen, I will release all the water. I will let you serve it. But I want to be one of the first people to be paid this import fee for what you're doing. And
why would he go home first and have a shower and
he had to console
Why not wash
himself.
himself afterwards?
He wanted to bang.
He had to console.
He wanted to bang, man. That's what you do before you bang it.
If you have to do it, whether if you don't want to do it or not, you still want to be at your best.
In fact, there's a point there because you're going there to take one for the team. So imagine now, let's say it wasn't a homosexual thing. So I'm just bringing you into the equation. There's a good looking woman that we need to deal with. And I reckon that you could do the job, yeah?
Why she have to be good looking? Who said the customer?
Because you just said the man wasn't good looking.
The man don't look good. He's an old man.
I just want to make it easy for him. I want to make it easy.
No, you have to make it hard.
No, let's make it hard. No,
I can make it hard. I can make it hard.
Can you let me answer my question? You ask him a separate question. I'll ask you my question. ESN needs something done. This person is in power. You're single. She's a decent looking woman. And I'm telling you, you need to go there. But the thing is, you have to woo her as well. It's not just by a foregone conclusion that you're going to go there and get the thing. You have to woo her and then get whatever's needed to release. Before you go there, you're not going to, I'm all dusty and rusty and I'm just going to go there scallywag all like. I'm going to clean myself up because I need to woo this person.
Yeah, the mouthwash.
So I need to. Yeah, but you mouthwash before you talk to somebody.
Yeah, but you don't mouthwash, I'm assuming, to go and do fellatio.
Listen, if I'm talking,
I'll be honest with you.
If somebody's going to give you head and their breast stinks,
I'm not letting them do it.
Right,
I've turned that away. I've turned that away before.
Wash your teeth then. Why do you have to go and put mouthwash? Ain't mouthwash like alcohol?
Yeah.
You're not going to give you a bit of a tingle.
I told you he wants to bang. If he's going to do it, he might as well enjoy himself, innit?
I guess, yeah. If he's doing the mouthwash, you want that. You want him to be remembered, innit?
I'm not involved.
That's 175,000 at stake, you know. That would be the best head you ever give, you know.
He's probably
Don't look at me like that.
He's probably imagine if he went there and did you know when Chris Rock says how they just lick it. There was there for the 175.
Lick your own balls.
Yeah, long thing.
It's mad thing, man. Immigration, customs is deep. Because I had, so wife, if you're listening, there's a bit of knowledge.
You do know you asked him a question in the late answer.
Because the point was, I wasn't really asking.
Oh, you were just saying that you have to make sure.
There's a reason you would clean yourself up before you go and do something with somebody because you want them to reciprocate the thing.
Okay, go.
It doesn't even matter, anyways. But there was something that I got sent over, and the thing was $700 pounds.
The custom tax.
Yeah, I said that. I said send that shit back.
What was it? That was so much money.
It was the diamond for my wife's engagement ring. I got that from America. We should have a discussion about non-conflict diamonds and genetically modified diamonds at some point. This season.
I don't know, but we've done it.
But anyways, so I got a diamond sent from America because that's the only place you could get these diamonds that we were getting, and obviously 700 is whatever the fee was, just for it to go for customers. And I said send it back, and then I gave him an address in America, and then it came around a long way. It's such a good thing that I did it long time before I needed it because otherwise it took a long time to come, and if I needed it short. Now I would have had to pay that £700. God damn, 47.
And they don't mess around, you know. Once the writ is out for you, they come for it, boy.
They called me, man.
Properly come for it.
Because it's like, yeah, Mister, we have your stuff in customs here. Okay, yeah, wicked. Oh, here's my. No, you need to pay us 700. I said, send that back. The conversation is finished. Return to sender, and I got back to the people that I got the diamond from. I said, send it there.
Hello.
Because you're not meant to put the price on the thing. Don't put the price on the thing. That's bait.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why they start calculating maths and whatnot. But anyways, Fyre Festival. What would you do to take one for the team? Because that's the question I was asked. Everybody else is talking about the Fyre Festival. We are asking the specific question. Fiona, what would you do to take one for your team?
That wasn't the question. He said, "What have you done in the past?"
Okay, then what have you done to take one for the team? You're the guest. Ladies first.
As work alone,
Yeah, I like that one.
Next one.
What have we done to take one for the team?
I've never. Where?
Yes, you have.
What did I do to take one for the team?
Remember that time when we went Coventry and the auntie was chasing you around the roof?
Yeah.
I still put Simon for it. Because that's his version that made me go all the way out to Coventry. This man made me drive all the way from London to Coventry because it was his people, but I was cool with them anyway, same way. So I can't just blame him, but I blame him nonetheless. And I went there, and they made me went to go on rave. You went proper with aunties and the auntie rave. I didn't answer them though, did I?
She was chasing you, bruv.
I get chased by aunties in enough places. That's not
Nah,
even new.
she was moving to you properly. That was she Marcus. She wanted you, bruv.
Miss Eloise was after you.
Then I've taken a couple for the team. Then, if you want to talk about that, that's
Right,
definitely
which other one was that again? Now
I've had even the same person that you messaged in when we went to Sweden. I was getting chased by one woman around the club.
oh, that happened too as
That
well.
happened to you. That happened to me so many times, man. I need to tell you what I did to some girl yesterday, but we'll get to that a bit later.
An habitual team taker.
I've never, not in that respect. I haven't had to do anything with any woman for the team.
Oh, wow.
Some of them you should have done it. You should have said you done it for the team because then we would have accepted it.
Well, I just did it.
I don't need no team. I'll just do it.
What have I done for the team? Well, yeah, I started doing the podcast again, innit? I took one for the team. I took
That's
one for the
right.
Shut up.
Where's the truth?
I don't think us man are too selfish to do something for the team, you know, in that respect. I don't think any of us would do that.
What, to deal with the butters friend? I would deal with the butters friend. If one of you line up somebody that was a good meet and you said, listen, you have to deal with the bedroom, then I'll do the bedroom, innit?
So you sleep with a person?
Will I go all the way?
Yeah.
If she's good enough. If she's, what was it? It was back in the day. It was 33 and a third, innit? Yeah. You know what 33 and a third is? If you're 3.3 out of 10, I'll do it for the team. 33 and a third. That's
So
what it
you
was.
would sleep with
3.3.
Let's make this very clear for the public to hear.
33
So Stavros, you were saying you would sleep with a woman that you have no actual desire for, but apart from the fact that they're 33 and a third, just because your brethren needs you to do it for the
In the past.
If my bedroom
in the
was
past.
saying, listen, it's like that Butters Friend song, innit? The song of Butters Friend. So you found a good woman. She's saying, listen, unless my bedroom is coming along with everybody understands what's going on. If she's not coming to the house, then I ain't coming to the house. And you look at you pull and you say, what about my bedroom over there? And then the girl looks at me and says, yeah, that's cool. I'm cool with that. He's good looking or whatever, yeah? And then you come to me and you're like, listen, brother, you have to take one for the team because I've got this thing here and this thing says she ain't coming unless her friend comes. And then, and then I'll look at it and I'll be like, if that's what I got to do, that's what I got to do. Now, I might do a carry on thing and run around the house just like you, innit? With just we'll see what happens. But I'll go to the house at least and I'll try and finesse the thing. If it's that bad, then I'll try and worm my way out of it. But I'll try and make sure that he gets his piece first. I wouldn't just tell him no.
Wow.
Chaos took one for me,
He was taking it regardless.
probably, but he took one for the team one time.
I'm pretty certain you've probably taken something for the team. But I
Who,
can't
me?
remember you. Yeah. I'm pretty certain I've taken stuff for the team for you as well.
Nah,
Yes.
I wouldn't compromise your position like that, my brother.
I think I have.
What a liar.
Nah, it's the truth. I wouldn't compromise him.
Don't look at me like that with your side.
I think maybe he has not asked me, but maybe I've done it regardless because
Okay.
there's people in the way.
I've done wingman business.
Yeah, that's
just
kind of taking one.
That
for
is
the
like
team.
taking one for the team. I want to shout out Cracker Charlie quickly because I did see him the other day and I remember him taking one for the team.
Well,
Did a man just say-
Then you took his crackhead?
Yeah, his name's Cracker Charlie.
You're not talking about
Charlie.
you're not talking about that day.
Yeah, that day.
What did he take for the team?
He dealt with what was it? Princess.
Princess.
A princess.
Princess, but she
princess.
didn't look like no princess to me. Yeah, but he didn't take one for the team. He took it for his own team. That was a self goal.
Selfish taking.
He wanted to do that.
Fiona, I just want you to acknowledge that he said crackhead Charlie.
Wow,
That's what we
Crackhead
call him.
Charlie's a
That's it.
legend.
He's a
fam.
legend. He is a legend.
And he does listen to the podcast.
He does listen to the podcast, so he'll know.
He did his own thing, man. That's what he wanted to do. And so what team did? There was other people there.
There was other people there
Yeah, okay.
because no one else was going for it.
There was other people there. No one in this room, but there was other people there. You weren't there that day, innit?
I'm never there when you lot do your
because you
nonsense.
leave. You leave.
Whenever you lot do your
You
nonsense,
leave.
I'm never there, and
You
I'm quite
leave.
happy that I'm never there.
You know, so we need to talk about yesterday.
Oh man, Yesterday we went to the
Screen
Nation Awards, which we lost to Kelechi.
Wait, hold on. Screen Nation.
You have to say it nicer than that.
Screen Nation Digital is Media
And
Awards
we lost
2019.
And we lost the thing.
Which you were nominated for a award. Which you're honoured to be part of.
Yes, we were nominated for award for best podcast.
And we lost it.
No, and then but the award was given
to somebody else.
The winner was Kelechi Okafor,
which is fine, but we still lost it
for Say Your Mind, and she came joint first with 90s Babies.
No, she didn't.
She didn't.
No.
So what happened?
She won it.
So then what happened to this joint business?
There was no joint business.
Let's just not talk about that. So I wanted to say from earlier on that I knew she was going to win from time, but these mans they censor me. Listen, when I do my own podcast, it'll be uncensored at some point because these guys, they censor me. They stop me from saying stuff. I'll say that girl had won already. I didn't even vote for myself.
Wow.
Because I know I'm not going to win. She's going to win, man. She's going to win.
Yesterday, Mr. Wolf was trying to give us, like, when it was time for hearing the nominations, he was holding us like that we're going to win something. I said, don't touch me.
like it's the Oscars.
No, he did it.
Oh, wow.
Don't touch me, man.
He did it.
Did he actually think he had a chance?
No, I don't think he did.
Wait, did he do a prayer circle?
No, he didn't pray. He didn't pray, though. He prayed.
He's a positive person.
He prayed.
Anyway.
I said,
that's good.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I had one of them funny premonitions. Like I woke up in the morning, I was thinking, bruv, imagine if you just won the thing. Like they just announced you and you had to go up and get it. What would you say? I went through that whole thing in my mind because to me it was possible.
Did you have an acceptance speech?
You'll have to give yourself more forward.
I didn't even go because I knew he wasn't going to win.
No, the beauty of Kelechi, is Kelechi's got a hive. Like they will ride or die. So I know that if she says vote, they will all go and vote.
And talking about Kelechi, can I say that? Would you man hate me if I said I fancy Sally from HR?
Yeah, you said that. Have you seen the new hijab one?
Yeah, she looks good in the hijab as well.
She is genius. That Sally from HR thing is absolutely.
She was
genius.
doing it, but this is the point because she was doing that on her podcast from back in the day.
Yeah, she was.
So for people that listen to her podcast, she was doing that on the podcast before she. You don't know about Sally from HR, do you?
No,
You need to join the Twitter.
Yeah, but
She's on Twitter now.
No, but when she was doing it on our podcast, because it's audio is good, but it's not as funny because you can see it's the way that the
animation is.
Yeah, the animation works with it. It's perfect.
Well, for those of you that don't understand what we're talking about, Sally from HR is a caricature that Kelechi Okafor has created of your atypical white HR woman who is clueless about diversity and the effect that she's having with the team. She's racist. So you get calls from, or she's either calling black people, or black people are calling her, and they're having discussions about issues that they have, or that issues that other people at the company are talking about having with this black person, and all the things she's saying is just wrong. They're very problematic. They're very politically incorrect. But because she's so clueless, but the joke is that every black person understands.
Yeah,
every black person understands this. So as she's saying it, it's just hilarious.
It's fantastic.
But yeah, she does those clips that you have on the iPhone where you can record your face as you're talking. So she's made a white face and she's talking and her eyes are going this and
it's great, man.
Yes. Sorry. There you go. I'll play it for you.
When I was talking to her yesterday, it's like I could hear that voice now. When she was talking to me, I was like, that actually sounds like Sally from HR.
Hold up, don't be surprised if somebody picks it up and that little something, one Channel 4 or BBC they'll make something out of that.
I tweeted it, man. I said Apple should use you, man. Apple should use you for Siri, or Apple should use you as an alarm. Sally from HR alarm that said, you ethnics, you wake up quite late.
Morning. If you don't hurry now, you'll be late for work.
But that's normal for you people, isn't it?
That's normal for you, look.
That's of course if you've got work.
Because none of you really have work, you black people, don't you? Nah, she smashed it, bruv. She smashed it.
Why don't you stop along the way and get yourself a porridge?
You don't not eat porridge like we do. Yours is a bit yellow, isn't it? Cornmeal, you call it
cornmeal porridge. Yeah. Don't have Quaker oats, do ya? No.
All right, okay. But anyways, so you guys went to the awards. So Mr. Wolf, Simple Simon, and Big Wahala went there to represent the ESN crew.
Yep.
And then why did we transfer to this?
Because you were saying that we should talk about it.
Yeah, but there was something about taking one for the team, and then it moved to this and that, and there was a link. There was a natural progressive link.
Oh,
I can't remember what it was.
I can't remember what it was, but he's got a funny story to tell you about. Something.
No, I'll tell you about that in a bit. Let's just talk about the night first of all.
We're going to tell us about the night.
So the thing about it was the Screen Nation's Digital is Media Awards. It was all right. it could have been done. There was a little things that happened that could have been done a bit more smoothly, but it was a right night for the thing. I think that it's good to have these types of awards. I'm glad that the person that started it done it really early, because there will be other awards that's going to come out like this, and it's going to get bigger and bigger. So hopefully they can grow and get as big as, you know, all the other awards that's going out for this type of stuff that will eventually happen. Yeah, so yesterday was good. It was good to see all of the other people that we met before. So we met one of the guys from the 90s Babies podcast. He was there.
Temi Alchemy.
Yeah, so we saw him.
Shout out.
We saw Kelechi, as I said.
Shout out.
We saw, is it Rhea?
Rhea Ellen,
Yeah, she was there. Like, there was a lot of all these social media people.
Forens was on
promoting
not the promoter.
So the host.
The host, yeah. Who else was there?
So a lot of the people that you see on often on Twitter.
Lola the comedian.
Yeah, was there. They were there basically. So it's good to see some of these people in
some
the
of these influencers you're talking about.
Yeah, you should have been there as well, doing art somehow. I don't know. We just put people there anyway. You're black, we just bring black people. So yeah, it was a good night, but it was a strange night. So yesterday,
that's it. Because I said you always go home.
Yeah, yes.
And then okay, so that's why I said.
Okay, so you explain.
No, go on, Seth. Finish.
I wasn't there, was I?
Strange night. Go on. You gonna say something?
So we went there, and it was I thought it was a dress up thing. So I came in my banner, innit?
Yeah.
So I came in my banner. I came out. I was smooth. I'm not gonna lie to you. People was moving to me in that place. I was getting moved to.
You had some meat approach you.
People was asking me. People was wanted to take pictures with me. People wanted to do all this stuff because I was dressed very well and I looked very handsome yesterday. If I'm gonna be very honest with myself. But there was one lady that was modesty. Hey, I was out there. I was out there.
You had the full swag on as well. Boy.
Exactly.
Get your swag on.
Yesterday.
Do you have photographic evidence? I'd like to see.
It was I'm on Twitter somewhere.
I'll show you.
I'm on their timeline. So yeah. So I did what I call a Stavros yesterday. I'm calling it a Stavros now. Or what did that guy say that he did the other day? You missed an open goal.
Okay.
That's what he said, that you missed an open goal.
Yeah.
So somebody, when I walked in, there was another lady that came in, very pretty lady as well. And she said to me, can I take a picture with her? So I took a picture with her and, you know, that was it. I walked away, went about my business. And
Sorry.
And then after, I was, I must have walked out to an open space and she was there again. And she goes to me, what are you? Are you a director? I said, no. She goes, are you a producer? I said, no. She goes, actor? I said, no. I said, what do you do? I said, I'm a podcaster. She goes, do you have a telephone number? And she goes, like, do you have a telephone number? Can I get your number? I laughed. And then I said to her, do you know where the toilet is?
What? That's the most epicest feel ever in life.
Did you? I'm gonna go fiance, so it's not a feel for me. That's the right thing to do.
Yeah, but she might have been a business contact.
Nah, bro, she was looking me.
She asked for the telephone number.
Man said no.
Not
she
mobile.
was looking me. She asked if you're a director. Meet. She asked if you're a director. She asked if you're a producer, and then you told her no that you're on a podcast, and then you then think that she was looking for meat.
She said to me, she didn't ask me, do you have a card? She asked me, and the way she asked me as well, give me your number. And I was like, yeah. Do you know where the toilet is?
Nah, that's fucked.
And as soon as I came back, it's only at the time, I didn't think of it at the time. I thought she was joking because I didn't think of it in that way. I thought, she's only joking, innit? And she probably was only joking at the time, although I did look that good. But then I went to the toilet. Only after when I was in the toilet, I thought to myself, did I just tell this girl that asked me for my number, where is the toilet? Then I remembered Stav, and I said that he must run in the blood.
I do that, yeah, because I've done similar things like that, even when I was single. And the girl was good looking. And I was still doing nonsense.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, we're bad. Very, very bad.
King of missing open
goals.
But
it was a good night, man. It was a good night. But yeah, we did leave early because there was nothing else for us to do. It was only half an hour left.
So Mr. Wolf wanted to go out and enjoy it. Like I said on my Twitter the other day, right, I wasn't going to be there, but I wanted to celebrate with just the fact that we got nominated. Basically, any excuse for me to leave the house. I got my wife and daughter dragging me down. I need to go outside and enjoy myself once again.
Wow.
I only played.
Wow.
No, but the man
played this to your daughter when she's old as well.
The man says, I want her to. This is life lessons for my daughter. I want her to listen to every episode. But I want to go out and celebrate with my boys. Them. Were you out last night? You go cinema with them, man?
No.
Okay. So I just wanted to be out. You man is out. Let's go out. So I wasn't at the awards, but I said, if you people are doing something afterwards, let me know. You know, I'll put my mouthwash and shower, and I will come down in it. And what happened? I knew these black sisters are going to go home. Mr. Wolf is the only one that wanted to do it. I said I can reach it at a certain time. He's like, he doesn't know because he's on his Jack Jones. If you can wait around for that long in the cold. So it's just like, forget it about. But it's like, why is it you people don't want to do stuff with your life, man? We're not old yet. You people are not 40.
You have to understand what.
Do you get me?
From my point of view, it was Sunday night. I'd already played football.
It's Saturday night.
It was Sunday night.
Are we on? It's Monday
Listen,
night.
you people don't work a normal pattern, and that is why you do this behaviour.
And
Does it matter?
normal pattern.
Does it matter?
Yeah, it does matter.
It was Sunday night. I'd played football Sunday morning. I played out my skin this Sunday as well.
Good for you.
So I was mash up. There was no way I was going to be out gallivanting, doing up stuff. The way I had to fight to wake up this morning was just enough. So I was done. There was no way I was going to. Even the after party bit, I thought, right, you know what, I'll stay for the after party bit. But because the schedule ran a little late, the after party bit, like the vibe didn't transfer. And most people left, to be honest with you. Most people left.
I look too
time
good to
was
be
that?
going out with you blacks.
12.
That's good. Like, what happens after 12 on a Sunday?
The good stuff
night?
happens
Best
after
things happen
12.
after
On
12.
a Sunday?
Doesn't matter
in
what
Every
night.
London?
day.
I don't know. To me, London kind of dry on a Sunday. Don't it?
It doesn't matter. You find something, you do something, man. We bring the party to us. Damn it.
He doesn't like his house.
No. I love my house.
No, you don't.
I do.
Well, then why are you always out then?
Because my wife and daughter are going to bed before 11 o'clock. So I come home and I'm doing
Well,
what?
then you don't love your house then, do you?
No.
You love them.
If I'm going to go home, if I can be out with the man's them, I'd be out with the man's them. Rather than going at home and I don't know, on YouTube or something. Or just on Twitter.
Write your book.
Not it's, you know, it's goddamn right. I cannot argue with him. I could be more productive at home, definitely. But I'm not old yet, man. Why can't we just have... in a couple of years' time, I won't be able to do nothing.
I agree with you. I agree with you in principle. You want to live your life while your life is still there to be lived. I hear you.
Yeah, but if
100%.
my woman still lets me go out, maybe one day she's going to tell me to stop. So let me enjoy it while she still lets me go out.
I don't really understand the reason why you people want to be out all the time.
Do you know something? There isn't much worth doing though out.
The other night, we were out and we had fun just sitting down, talking around a dinner table. And we sat there until they kicked us out. We couldn't stay there any longer.
But you went there for a purpose, though, didn't
Yeah,
you?
you went for a purpose,
But my point is, well, that's exactly the same thing.
All right, but that was a nugget of greatness, a nice mix of people and good conversation.
That's standard practice for us back in the day.
That's back in the day. We're not in that day anymore.
Because these people want to go home.
No, but you live in your past, man.
No, because you didn't go home before. You stayed out. And
Did I?
Yeah.
Yes.
we did.
We stayed out before and we had fun.
Yeah, we
now
did.
you people go home. That's why the fun goes.
But I thought the whole point of this conversation is because you were saying that I wasn't there in the first place. I was always at home.
Because you like to leave. That's what you were saying. You like to leave.
Yeah, but I would be out. There'd be 6. Back in the day, it wasn't 3 or 4 of us. It'd be enough of us. You can go home, innit?
Yeah, but I'm saying, so for
And
me,
the rest of us
it's no different, is it?
Yeah, but if I wasn't there in the first... I want to have some fun.
That's what I'm saying. But I find fun at home. I don't find fun outside.
Fiona, where are we going? Where are we raving? Come, give us
You know what? Mans don't.
But I want to know, are you sure we're not spoiled for choice in London?
Spoiled for
That
choice
there's
for what?
too much to do that you just say, oh, there's nothing. Just
You know what it is?
home.
Do you know what it is? There's no...
We don't have money.
No, it's not that. There is... One thing I find, like, especially in the Caribbean and them kind of thing, there are established joints that you go to and you know that the quality is going to be this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? So you don't have to worry about whether the quality is going to be that or not. You know it's going to be that. They're established joints. The UK don't have that. The UK have places that might happen once a month. They have other places that happen weekly, but you can't guarantee what's going to happen there. So like
I don't agree with you on that because I just don't think we know because we don't act like that. I think when we was out like that, we knew what places we could go to. We're not out like that anymore. I'm old. I don't pretend to be one of these young people that wants to be gallivanting outside. I'm happy to go home, put on the hot water heater or whatever, drink tea and watch my box sets. I'm happy to do that. I even like doing that. I like it. I don't like standing around waiting to decide what we're gonna do. I don't like having to now feel okay. What we're doing now? Which man is coming? Which people do we need to go and find? I don't like all of that stuff. If I'm out and we just so happen to go from one place to another, that's fine. But I'm not then trying to plan the night because I don't want to go home. I'm going home.
You know the thing is, because back in the day, I always said that we didn't go to the pub like certain people do. Our socializing happened in the club. So we always socialized and we never got to nowhere before midnight. So our socializing was 12:30 onwards to about 5 a.m. That's when we socialized. That is actually when we saw each other. I didn't see you mans during the day. I didn't see you mans. It was just the weekend. I saw you between 12 and 5 a.m. on whatever night we decided to go
Wednesday
raving.
nights.
So I am used to now
Tuesday nights.
Yeah, Tuesday
different nights, man. Different nights.
It normally start Tuesday night.
But it started there, but it would carry on. It's neither here nor there. My point is that is that's logged into my head. During my formative years, those were the times that I socialized with my peoples. So now there are times where I go, like, I've been good this year. I've gone and visited cousins, relatives, people. I've tried to go there during the day, like taking my daughter to play with their daughters, go, and I'm mixing with people during the day. But they're usually the ones that they can't do anything late at night because they got kids or something like that. But I'm doing that as well. So I've been quite proud of myself. If you look at what I've done, just 3 weeks into the year, I've gone and I've taken my child and I've taken her to see all her loads of different cousins. We've gone here and there during the day, or just after working hours, whatever. And she's gone to meet people. I've gone to see my bedrooms. But at night, when us mans can still do stuff, because none of you people have a ball and chain at home. We've not seen each other Monday to Friday on a week. Well, I don't mind going to dinners as well, but you people won't even do that.
But you see, the thing about London is everything requires so much. Let's go, but it does require so much effort. For one, it's cold.
Effort. Yeah.
2, we older people working, so we get tired faster, right? And then 3, because you have to make so much effort just to do anything and meet up. Therefore, the expectation for it to be good is higher.
No.
Right?
What effort?
Gotta go home, take a bath, put some mouthwash on.
Listen, going out in London is long,
It's
long.
Okay, when you go out and visit one of your friends,
yes,
what effort do you do? What is it that you're doing before you go out?
For one, it's going to take, even if my friend don't live far, from house to house, go take 45 minutes. For some reason, it just does.
Okay.
Right? That in itself is a long time. So it's talking about like in the Caribbean, right?
Yeah.
If like St. Lucia doesn't have no big clubs. We have little parties, fetes, like, monthly or whatever. Mm-hmm. Nothing fancy. But you'll have the time of your life just sitting in a piece of 2x4 wooden rum shop. Nothing fancy.
Yeah, we could do that.
Right. But you know why? Because it's about 10 minutes drive. You're not cold. There's no bunch of traffic. There's no queue, no fee to get in. You just go, you sit down with friends and you drink, and there's no expectation. So it's just more a natural progression. But here, you have to plan everything, right? And everybody driving, or you're waiting for someone, and then the tube, and it's cold. It's cold.
Thank you, Fiona.
It's cold.
Thank you.
All right, okay.
That's it.
Even the point where I have to think about where I'm going to park. Even parking now makes me not want to come out of my house.
Exactly.
When you say you parked in the spot, man, I was like,
that's beautiful.
Yeah, if you have to park 10 minutes away and walk in a cool and then queue for 20 minutes, and then you have to ask me for your ID.
I'm not a fan of queuing. I'll give you that. But that's raving. I don't rave anymore.
He wants to go and do anything. He would be happy for us to all sit in a car and chat.
Yeah, he wants to be with his people. With his,
and no one wants to be around him.
He wants to fellowship of the rings.
Everybody knows.
Well, maybe just make a suggestion and just say, let's meet at this place at this time.
But he lives far. I live far. These don't live close to each other. It's not like we live 5 minutes away from each other. So for me to go and meet up just to do whatever, I want to know what I'm doing.
Well, I'm part of a new WhatsApp group now. That's man's going out every month.
Are you?
Yeah.
All right, good for you lot then.
Moving like a crab on the side. Crab things.
Oh, speaking about parking, for those that are drivers out there, the ultra low emission zone is coming to London from the 8th of April this year. And what it means for you is that if your car is not a Euro 6, I believe it is, registered vehicle, that means if it was made before 2015, it's highly likely
diesel
that you will have to pay extra money on top of the congestion charge zone. You have to pay an emission zone as fee as well, which is about £20 a day.
Yes,
in addition to the £12.
But it's in the congestion charge zone bit, isn't it?
At the moment it is.
This is big, man.
This at the moment it is, but by
No, it's not. Are you sure? Because I thought it's all Hackney and all that.
No, 100%. So what's happening is, for now, 2019, the ultra low emissions zone is the same as the congestion charge zone, and then it will be gradually growing until 2021, where it will be all of the inside of the North and South Circular. So that means all the Hackneys, all the Edmontons, all the way up until the North and South Circular.
Yeah, but if you drive Monday to Friday, that's £400 extra a month you have to pay.
Get another car.
Or buy a new car.
You have to buy a new car.
Get a petrol.
Yeah, but how are you forcing somebody to do that?
That's the point.
It's only diesel, by the way. Petrol cars.
What they're saying is that...
No, it's not all petrol cars.
So what, electric cars good alone?
Huh?
Yeah, electric cars are fine.
Electric cars are fine, yeah.
Yeah,
So
but it costs like £1 million.
Yeah, or hybrids.
What they're saying is that the pollution in London, in that area that he's talking about, is so high that it's actually now detrimental to our children's health. Go on.
In 2015 or 16, it was officially the worst air quality in the whole of Europe.
So it's going to get to the point where it's like, have you been to China before? Have you seen the visuals of China where you can look outside your window and you can't see nothing? So they don't want it to get to that bad. So they're doing everything to try and change people from using diesel cars and to push them towards electric and anything that's going to make the air cleaner. So
but could they make the vehicles more affordable? Because what am I going to do with my diesel car? I have to sell it, and then I will still not have enough money to buy the electric
They give
car.
you they used to give
Take
you
one for the team.
what do you call it? You used to get cash off electric car, but I think that's going now.
And they used to give you cash to get a diesel as well, and which they were telling everybody to get diesel.
Tony Blair was at the forefront of the campaign for diesel vehicles. He told us they were safe.
And then now they're saying another thing around.
They turn around and shank you in the back.
Can I talk about something?
Go on.
If it's on the list, please. No, go on.
All right. So today I went to with my fiance. We went to go and meet the priest. Then we're gonna get before we get married. You have to go and meet the priest and have discussions about certain things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you meet in the church?
Pardon?
Did you meet in the church?
Yeah, we met in the church.
So you were burning a bit.
A little bit.
Holy water was on fire.
So I went there. We have a lot of discussions about what you need to have and stuff like that. I learned quite a bit of stuff actually that I didn't know about. So I didn't know that you had to be baptized because she's Catholic. So we have to be baptized and confirmed and all of this stuff before you can get married as a Catholic. Basically.
Are you confirmed?
I'm confirmed. Of course I am. We got confirmed at the same time. All right. So basically, and I said not necessarily me, her, because she's Catholic. I'm not Catholic. But so there's certain things that I have to do. But for her to be as a Catholic to get married, you have to do certain things. And he was even saying there's when you get baptized, apparently they write on this particular piece of paper that you've been baptized, and then when you get confirmed, they write on the same piece of record that you've been confirmed, and then when you get married, they write on that piece of paper that you've got married. So that's how I record them kind of knowing if you've got married, and they say that you haven't been married because you can't get married twice in the Catholic Church if you've been married already in that way. Apparently, if you go to a registry office and get married, the Catholic Church doesn't recognize that marriage as a proper marriage, so you can get married again if you get a divorce. Strange way.
It's not strange.
It's not strange. One's religious and one's legal.
But but they said that the Church of England, when they do recognize it as a naturalized marriage, so you can't get married again, or they'll you can get married again, but they'll recognize it as a divorce, basically. Whereas the other one won't even recognize it. It'll be like that rubbish you had is not marriage. But anyway, so going from that.
Shall I tell you why?
Yeah, go on.
Because I got married that way because I'm not religious, and I said I wasn't doing a religious wedding. So when you get married through the registry, they're very, very adamant. Everything to do with religion, you're not allowed to pray in the wedding. You're not allowed to do anything because you're not allowed. It's not religion cannot be part of a registry wedding. So that is why the church won't recognize it, because by default, when you have a registry wedding, they're saying religion is no part of this.
What's the price difference between the two?
I don't know. You don't have to pay.
You have to pay.
I'm sure you have to.
You have to pay for like your license and stuff like that, but you don't have to pay for the actual wedding.
I can't remember.
Or maybe if your one uses. But anyway, but going by that conversation, he told me a story, and I would like to know how you people would take this story.
Go ahead.
So he said that there was a couple. No, he this is what he said to me and my fiance. He goes to, "Have you ever been married before?" And we both said no. Then he said, "Have you ever been married in any way, shape, or form?" I was like, "No, no traditional, no nothing, no." Okay, fine. Then we carried on. He goes, "The reason why I asked that question is because at one point I had a couple." And he goes, "This is why it's good to have these conversations and have discussions with your partner before you get married, because you find out things." So he said, "I had a couple, and we was talking about the same thing that we're talking about now. And I asked, 'Have you been married?' And he was like, 'Oh, of course not. No.' He was signing his document that he's meant to sign to say he hadn't been married, and everything was cool. And then it came to the lady, and he said to her, 'Okay, yeah, your turn now.' He didn't really ask her because he thought, she already said that she wasn't married from beforehand. It wasn't a big deal. And then she went to, hold on a minute. You know when you say, 'Have I been married?' Does that include the civil partnership?" And he's like, "Well, yeah." He goes, "Yeah, because I married one of my girlfriends and like a couple of years ago." The man didn't know any of this. So her man didn't know that she got married.
It's a woman?
Yeah. I don't even know if he knew that she was even had a girlfriend.
Dun, dun.
So what? On that same day, her fiance found out that she was married to another woman in the past.
Gay?
Yeah, exactly. That she was potentially that he didn't know that she was even with a woman in the past, let alone married her. And this all was going to happen with this one question. So if this man, the priest, did not ask her this question, that man would never have known that.
All right.
They didn't get married. If that same situation happened to you, you went into, have a discussion with the priest, and then you found out something like that,
God forbid bad things.
that your partner had been married in the past. Yeah, it could be a man or a woman.
And
But
they,
it was,
and they didn't tell me.
but basically, let's say it was like a Vegas wedding where they got married and they got annulled after like a week or two.
All right.
Something basic like that. Or they got married for papers even.
All right.
But it didn't tell you. What would you do?
Laters.
You were divorced. Or not even divorced.
I wouldn't marry because you're a lying scum. Laters.
Wow.
Next.
Lying scum.
You can't hide something like that from me and expect me to marry you. What do I look like?
I don't even
That's
know.
a big thing
Am I a prick?
to exclude from your conversation.
You get me?
Like you talking about getting married, say, oh, by the way, I was married that time, you know. Like, how could that not come up in conversation?
Maybe they forgot about it.
How you mean
How do you
forget?
forget?
Maybe they knew that there was
Then that's how much of a whore you are. That you could get married and don't even. I don't even remember. I don't remember that time I got married.
It could have been a
I
case
remember
that,
And the
that
time
dick.
I had.
I remember that dick I had in my hand.
Oh yeah, and the time I had to go and do mouthwash for take one to the team. Nah, man.
it could have been a case that he told her about the girlfriend, but that she's told her about the girlfriend, but she just forgot to say that they had a civil partnership because maybe
Yeah,
they
but-
did it for a reason or something. I
Yeah,
don't
but
know.
it doesn't take like 2 minutes to do that. It takes a long time. The whole process of doing it, you have to go to a registry office. You have to talk to these people. You have to have several conversations, and you have to drop the paperwork. Then you have to sign it and come. And it's not like, oh, you just come
Yeah, you
in,
don't
sign
just
a
walk in,
thing,
exactly.
you know.
You don't just walk in and sign it.
So it's
and
not
walk
like
out.
a
It's not like
thing
getting a
you're gonna
coffee from
forget.
Starbucks.
You sound like you don't did it before.
I've just witnessed it. Like mad.
So you both of you are saying that you would end the relationship there and then.
It would cause a lot of problems. I wouldn't be able to trust you fully because why did you exclude that big piece of information, especially when we're about to do the very same thing that you've done already?
Yeah.
True that.
What about the rest of you, man?
Yeah, I'm there on that one as well. How can you tell me that after you've been through that and then you're telling me when we're about to go through the same thing?
For the pastor to go home and laugh at me.
Exactly.
But you were prepared to marry
and tell his
this
wife.
person.
You know what happened today in church? These foolish people.
I was marrying an illusion.
Yeah.
What about you?
Depends.
Well, you expect a woman to lie to you anyway, so this would just be up your alley.
Precisely.
Oh, that's the next topic
Shots.
though.
Precisely.
About lying for black love, right? Isn't that in one of the topics?
Oh yes,
That
it is.
is. All right, we'll
Conversation with James
move on to that
Baldwin.
one. We'll move on to that one after this.
Yeah, for me, I would expect her to lie anyway about shit. So I don't know. It depends on how I feel
What
about
is it
her.
you expect women to lie about?
So about everything.
Are you trying to say all women lie?
Outside of how many men we've had sex with?
Yeah.
I still don't understand why
Like
you lie about that.
everything. Why?
Yeah.
Can't say your fellas are too sensitive, man. Y'all cannot handle. Y'all let's say we can handle. We
No,
can take
no,
it.
no,
Y'all
no.
can't.
Not everyone's the same. Some people are built for the truth.
But why would you want
No.
to be with somebody that can't handle how many men you slept with in the first place?
But that's just how men are.
yeah, but why would you want to be with them? I don't get it. If
But
you
no,
told a
but
man,
that's a trait of all men.
No,
so
it's-
that's
no,
something
it
a
ain't.
women
Fiona,
have to accept.
Fiona, let's be real. I'm going to stick with what you said before we move on to this next question.
Mm-hmm.
You do realize when you say all men, you don't mean all men. You mean many men wouldn't be able to. Let's let's just say the number was 50. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can we
say
can we
50.
can we all agree 50 is a high number? Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I'm trying to pick a high number
Mm-hmm.
just for argument's sake.
Wish death on
Many
me.
men wouldn't be able to take 50, but there are a selection of men that can take the 50 and deal with it.
That's a very, very small.
But you would agree
minority.
that there are men that can take the 50.
A very small minority of men.
So the point is, if you as a woman had been with 50 men, and that was part of your life, this is something that you had done for whatever reason, you enjoyed it, you had whatever reason, that was you, that's part of you.
Yeah.
Why would you not want to be with somebody that can accept that part of you? Why would you want to cut out that part of your life, pretend it doesn't exist, and then move forward with this lie?
Because it's not a lie. It's just certain things you don't need to know about.
But if he asked you and you answered, you would lie.
No, but there's certain things, right? There's certain sexual
If you are omitting
interactions
the
that
truth,
you have.
come on now.
Yeah, but there's
Come
social
on.
sexual interactions that are not worth talking about.
Why not?
All
Okay.
50 of them?
okay, so let me. So if you said
By
to,
the time you reach 50, you're not counting anyway.
but let's say okay, so this is the same thing because you're saying it because you don't think they can handle it. Yeah, that's what you're saying. All right, so you were with a man, right? And then he says you ask him about his sexual history, and he says, I slept with about 15 girls in my past.
First of all, I don't want to ask that question.
No, but you
you know.
asked anyway. You asked because we're discussing it.
I asked.
But then he admits that he slept with 4 men.
Dun, dun. You swear?
Because you know what? He can't really think that you're going to handle hearing that he slept with 4 men, so he just didn't tell you. But you know, he told you about all the women because that's what he thinks you can handle. Are you alright with that?
No, but that's different though.
What?
Can't say you fuck a whole man and not even 1 4.
Fuck a whole man.
Yeah, 4 man. Because he wanted 4 man that time.
So what he
Same way the woman wanted
no. So wait, but then you have to get into the specifics now. No, but that's completely different though. That's different.
What's different about it?
Because a woman,
Yeah, fuck man.
I'm thinking with a man. That is a heterosexual relationship, whatever. Cause so for a man to go with another man, right?
Well, in this day and age, there's nothing wrong with that. It's seen as normal.
Look,
so he thought
that's fine.
in 2019, you just spoke now about civil marriages. It's a normal relationship. It's not a big deal. But you know what? Just because I might see that Fiona might not, in her past discussions we've had, she doesn't necessarily think that is something she would really want to do because she now thinks that I might sleep with men as well as women. She already thinks I might sleep with another woman now. She might see me with Tunde as well. She might be a bit aggressive.
Exactly.
But I'm not going to tell her because I don't want her to feel that way about me. So I'm not going to tell her. I'm just going to keep it to myself because what she can handle is me sleeping with the 15 women.
But you bisexual. If you fucking 4 men, not 1, right? That means you enjoyed the first time, so you're going back another 3 times.
Maybe he was confused.
No, that's not confusion.
He was confused about the first one because it was bad, so he wanted to make sure the second one was all right.
3 more times? With 3 other different men? No, that is a concern.
Maybe there was a lot of water to get.
No. Then do you watch Insecure? There was episode Insecure and oh God,
the friend,
Issa's friend, Molly.
Molly.
Molly was a nice guy. He was really a nice guy. And then they're talking about that same conversation. And the guy said when he was in uni, he had a man suck his dick. And she let go of the man. The man was so good to her. She couldn't handle it, okay?
Yes. So I'm saying, was he not right to tell her? Because she asked the question.
Yeah.
So when I ask you the question of how many men you slept with, why is it not the same gusto that you should be telling me I slept with 50 man? Because as far as I'm concerned, that's what you've done. That's who you are. And I should respect who you are, or I should take who you are for who you are if I'm going to be in that relationship.
There are certain things men cannot handle.
Or I can make the decision that I don't want to be with somebody that's been with 50 men. Same way you might not want to be with somebody that's been with 4 men. Because I'm going to allow you to make the choice based on the true information.
Okay.
Not based on a lie.
Okay.
You lied.
All right. Okay. Because you know why? Because if a woman has slept with 50 men, right?
Yes.
A man is going to judge her character.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right.
And think that she's of less value. Okay? Because of these number of sexual interactions that she's had, right?
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Okay? So, but if you fuck 4 whole fellas, right? That's not even a judgment of character. That's a judgment of your sexuality. Okay?
That's part of your character.
Sexuality.
So having 50 people is a part of your character. That's part of your sexuality because there's many women that couldn't deal with 50 men.
People go through phases, but fucking a whole 4 fellas is not a phase. All right? That is one of your sexual preferences, and I'm unable to satisfy that. Okay?
No, but this was a long time ago. They're happy with you. You satisfy them.
No, I would not trust that because it wasn't a one-time thing.
But this is the point. They're so honest with you. They're telling you the truth. Everything they tell you is the truth. You believe this person. That's why they told you
I would not
this.
sleep safe.
They slept with 50 people, altogether, First 10 were women, then there was the 4 guys, and then the rest of them was women again. So that it's that far away.
No.
But you could say the same thing with the 50 women. So at one point, Stav was saying that she had a train or something in it. So she had like a gangbang or something. If you're a one man, you can't fulfill that gangbang because you're only the one man.
No.
So, and if she likes them and you can't fulfill it, that's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, but a gangbang is a one-time thing. That's why I may forgive a man for fucking one man. Oh, you fuck a whole man, guys. Like, guys, you have to think. You have to break it down.
Not a half man, a whole man.
No, but you have to break it down. Who is the receptor? Who is the person giving? Like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of dynamics.
Let's put it this way. He's got some mouthwash in his bathroom.
Old Andy.
Extra couple mouthwashes.
I think it's just straightforward. Either you take me for who I am or you don't.
Guys, so okay, if you break it down, right? If a man likes to receive, okay?
Yeah.
Then okay, we could do a strap-on thing. We could do something, I don't know. I guess.
You know what? Pegging, they call that.
Yeah, pegging, right?
Yeah.
God damn.
I don't know.
Okay, but go on.
But if he likes to suck dick, you cannot suck a plastic dick. So, those certain things, you know what I mean?
You can mold the titty to the right shape.
It'll never be hard.
No, but the point that's being made here is
It's about honesty.
yeah, and you shouldn't assume that every man has the same feeling about the numbers.
Yeah, but then if we're in a relationship long enough, I'll be able to discern if you cannot or cannot.
Yeah, but then
So you lie to me first and then tell me the truth later. And then I'll still.
Why you?
That's the same as the marriage thing.
But you know what? My thing is, my policy now is don't even ask the question. Why?
What
But
do you
I've
ask
asked
you?
though.
Then how am I going to get to know you?
Yeah, that's part of you.
Yeah, but that's
I don't ask the question.
I think it's only necessary to speak about monumental experiences.
No,
they
but-
have some that don't make no sense as a waste of time.
Yeah,
What
but
are you talking about?
Okay, this is the thing. No, hold on. This is the thing.
Nah, you can't just dismiss waste of time dick, Waste of time dick is dick at the same time. Don't do that.
Why
This
talk
is the
about
thing.
it?
This is the
Women
thing.
love doing that, man.
This is the thing that I find problematic. Yeah, when you decide for yourself that was a waste of time, so you don't count it. That for me is problematic. And the reason why it's problematic is because it's a massive double standard. Because if you're with a guy and he slept with another woman and he said it was a waste of time, you would still say, well, but you slept with somebody else. It's a waste of time. It doesn't count as far as
If you did it on my head,
yeah.
so what, we in a relationship and you focusing on my head, you said that was a waste of time?
It was a waste of time.
No, that's different. That is a decision that you made.
Yeah, but it's still a waste of time.
But
So the value of it is the same.
No.
But for you,
A woman, right, will come to the conclusion it was a waste of time after the fact.
yeah, and then she won't count it. So
I won't count it.
So even if you asked the number, you gave a number.
1, 2, 3,
Yeah, exactly. And I've had that before.
Yeah, but you cannot compare it to like a man having an affair though.
It's not an affair.
No, you
It
said
was a one-time thing that was wrong. It was shit.
Yeah,
So
it
I
was
don't
shit.
count it in my brain.
Yeah, it doesn't count. It's not an affair. It's not like I went on a campaign to try and make this person love me. It wasn't one of those. It was a knee trembler in a dark alley, and yeah, it wasn't worth it.
Okay, so
no.
There was on my part. There was no investment.
okay.
There is no investment, but it took time. You watch a thing, your dick got hard. You had to position yourself in order to insert yourself.
Just remember you're saying all this.
Yeah.
Same way that the person that you counted as was nothing, you had to do all of that as well.
You see it there?
His efforts has been discussed.
First of all, no. But we're talking about if a man is being unfaithful. This is talking about a woman ventures into having sex with a man. She doing the thing.
No,
she
principle.
doing the thing. She doing the thing. But if it's a waste of time after, you are
I'm just glad
Fiona, one rule for you, yeah?
Even if you said to your a man and you asked them the question, you just asked them, and they told you it was 10, but really it was 80, and you find out it was 80 later, would you not be upset about that? And he told you, I told you 10 because I think that's enough. If I told you I slept with 80 women by the time that I was, 20, I thought you might have called me, or you might have looked bad upon me, like I was a player or a playboy or a cheat.
It is okay to downplay things, but I mean, be a little bit realistic. Don't say 10 when it's actually 80. Say 45.
Did you hear that? It's okay to downplay things. We're grading it now. And for me, I always ask the question about number of previous partners. And the reason why is because I just want to see how you're going to lie about it.
I thought you didn't ask.
I know, I always ask.
He asked.
I always ask.
I don't
No,
ask.
man.
I always ask.
The actor, do you ask?
I want to see how you're going to lie about
First
it.
of all, I would ask, we have conversations about certain sexual experience. Who was your first? Who was your last? Who was your best? Who was the worst?
Listen to the podcast.
Or whatever, right?
I don't really want
You know what I
that
mean?
conversation.
But I don't need to know who was it at this time and this time.
No.
I mean, I really don't care.
I only
At
want to
6:30
know.
on Friday the 15th.
I only want to
What
know
happened?
if it's man that I know. If it's man that I know, then I want to know.
That's what women want in their man. They
Yeah.
want a man that doesn't ask no questions, so they can live the life of Fiona and just don't even have to lie.
Best life.
Yeah,
It's just I don't even have to lie.
You tell me
Best
it's
life.
somebody I know. And even then, sometimes they still want to lie as well when they're ready. But I ask them, if it's somebody I know, they'll tell you yes or they'll tell you no. If you tell me yes, who is it? Is this person? Is it close enough for me to worry about? No. Then I do it. Then I carry on my daily day. If it's somebody that you're telling me that I'm gonna see every day, then I have to make a decision about that. If that's my bona fide brethren, I need to make a decision on both of them because he should have told me that he slept with you in the first place. So all of this type of stuff.
Yeah,
needs
but
to
if it was a waste of time, fuck, it's not worth mentioning.
no, it is worth mentioning. To me, that's what I'm saying.
So wait, are we all saying essentially it's okay to lie for love?
No.
Well, let's move on to the next segment.
Goddamn 47.
Yeah, right.
Goddamn foul.
It's something to play.
All right, and listen to this clip.
Of course you can lie to me. And you will. If you love me and you're going off with Maddie someplace, you're lying to me. Because what the hell do I care about the truth? I care if you're there. But Billie Holiday say, hush now, don't explain.
All right, I accept that.
Of course you lie to me, because I don't even want to care. What does the truth matter? And why are you going to be truthful with me when you lie to everybody else? You lied when you smiled at that cracker down the job, right? Lie to me, smile. Treat me the same way you would treat him.
I can't treat you the way I treat him.
You must. Because I've caught the frowns and the anger. He's happy with you. Of course he doesn't know you're unhappy. You grin at him all day long. You come home and I catch hell because I love you. I get least of you. I get the very minimum. And I'm saying, fake it with me. Is that too much of the black woman to ask of the black man?
Why should you have to put that bit in?
All right, so that's Nikki Giovanni and James Baldwin. And they're two prestigious American writers, poets, black activists. Influencers. So this must be
a long time ago.
Yeah,
I don't like that last bit at the end.
Do you know what? And
James Baldwin is a gangster.
As much as that's deep, yeah. Man, like I like context, and that for me lacks context.
That was from an hour-long conversation.
That's what I'm saying. I should listen to that whole conversation.
I'll send you guys the link. Let me see if I can get the question.
I don't like that bit at the
That
end.
was sent in.
What's that? Can't the black man do that for the black woman?
Yeah.
Well, that's part. That I'm assuming is part of the actual question.
Jamaicans been doing that
Where's
shit
the thing, man?
since the 80s.
I lied to you because I love you.
Right,
That's why I didn't tell you about Shaniqua.
I've asked the lady that sent it in. Naughty, what's up? Shout out for the actual question. She said it's in the clip. So I'll tell you. Tell me, ask the question. Yeah, so we can answer something. But anyways, she said, "Fake it with me. Is that too much to ask for a black woman to ask of a black man? Just play the clip, please." Nikki's voice is okay to ask the question. I'm not sure how else I could put it without sounding like I'm just regurgitating what she said. So
okay, so
ladies first.
What's the question?
So in essence, it's a black man and a black woman, and she's saying when a black man comes home, especially in this age, in this time when social, racial issues were rife in America, when you come home, you bring home all your strife, all your troubles, all your turmoil, and you take it out on me. When you go outside and you're dealing with the white man, you put on a smiling face and you tap dance for him. Now, why can't you come because you're lying because you need that job or you don't want to go to jail or wherever it is? But when you come home, why can't you do that for me? Why can't you fake it for me as well so that I can get the best of you? I don't want to see the worst of you because everybody else sees the best of you outside, and when you come home, I experience the worst of you. So, men, would you lie to your woman if she asks you to do that? And Fiona, you go first. Would this be a request that you want from your man, or do you understand the request, or what would you do? Or what do you feel?
I think I would expect the man I would expect for him to expect me to understand certain things, right? Obviously, I don't want to have my be worried, he's going to come home and be vexed and take it out on me, right? Don't not lie to me, but respect me. So you come home, you have all these aggressions, say, yo, I've had a really shitty day or whatever. And you could let go of your aggressions or the things that have made you upset or the things that have hurt you in the day without hurting me. Right? You can discuss things. We've grown up. We're grown. So we can talk through things.
Talk.
So, yeah, we could talk through things. Don't come and mash up things and treat me like shit.
Yes, push you down the stairs and
right.
shout at you.
And it comes at that whole stupid phrase when they say if a man don't hit you, he don't love you.
Yes,
that kind of foolishness.
Absolutely true.
Right?
It's not
so
even funny
it's like, but the thing is, it's just about I want you to respect me so that you could talk to me and don't hit me. Or just treat me like shit.
But where did the hitting come from? I don't understand. I didn't get hitting from that conversation.
Okay, but lying to me. Okay, so she's saying that, okay,
potentially
you're coming home, right? And you've had a shitty day and you've been smiling in a white man's face all day and you're coming home and you're just being, you treated me like shit, right? Because actually you've been hiding all of these aggressions that you've been absorbing all day. So you uploaded it onto me.
I didn't get that either.
No.
That's what she said.
I got what I got from the conversation is when you're at work, you're smiling at this man, and then when you're coming home, you're being angry.
Yes.
I didn't say necessarily say that she didn't necessarily say that he's been angry at her. She's saying that he's angry and he's not happy when he's at home and blah blah blah. That's what I got from that conversation.
but
and as far as I'm concerned, if you're my wife, then yes, that's what you should do. That's what you deserve because you're my wife.
What
Deserve is
so
a-
the
is
anger?
Deserve is a strong
Wait,
word.
hello. So the anger that you've had all day at work,
Your wife
you're
who's been
bringing that
taking
home,
care
and your
of you
wife has to
deserve
take
it?
care of it as well.
No, not take care of it.
Deserve it.
But
is a
deal with it.
strong word,
No,
eh?
because if the whole point of me marrying you is because I feel like I can be myself with you.
Yeah,
if I have to lie to the people outside, the one person I think I should be able to come home and be myself with, regardless whether it's good, bad, or upset. I'm not saying that, for one, I said I don't think the man was talking about, I don't get from the conversation that he was hitting her or he's even abusing her or being angry.
There's
He's
a
just,
scale,
hold on, let me
there's a
finish.
scale.
I'm getting from the conversation that he's basically going home and being upset and showing her that he's upset or talking about this cracker at work that's upset him and he's going there moaning. And yes, as my wife, that's what I should be able to do with you because that's why I married you, because you're the person that I should be able to be myself with. If I feel like I can't be myself with anyone else in the world, the one person I should be able to be myself with is my wife. So if I'm coming home and I'm upset about something that's happening throughout my day, I should be able to come home and take that upset with you. And you know what you should do? You should cuddle me and you should say to me, yes, husband, I'm sorry that you're upset. You know, you should. At one point, you could tell me to shop as well. Same way that I should hear that as well. But
Toxic masculinity.
I don't think it's toxic masculinity that I should come home to tell my wife that I'm upset with somebody at work. Why should I not come home and tell you that?
It's not
Why should I lie?
that. It's not that. It's not that. It's how you do it. It's not what you say. It's how you say it.
What's wrong? How should I be saying it? I didn't take from it that the man's coming home and from you guys, you had a different take from that situation. I didn't think that the man's coming home and throwing things on the floor and screaming and shouting at her. I got a feeling that the man's coming home and he's looking sad and he's saying this cracker at work is making me do this.
No,
Why
but
is
I don't.
cracker making me do this all the time?
I
It's
don't
upsetting
think.
me and
I
blah,
don't
blah,
think.
blah.
I don't think anyone who loves you truly would make a complaint about that.
Well, that's what she was complaining about. from
No,
what I
she's
heard.
complaining about that is being taken out on her.
She said that he should come home and he should lie to her and smile and pretend like things are okay when it's not. That's what she actually said.
Yeah, she said she'd prefer
agree
him
with
to
that.
lie to her than come home and be abusive to her.
She never once
Exactly.
used the term abusive in that situation.
She doesn't have to use the term, but
She's
it's
a poet.
implied.
Let me tell
my
you
friend.
something, yeah? If you came home, if you was with your woman tomorrow, yeah, and you was having a conversation with her, and you said to her, 2 and 2 equals 4, and she said to you, yeah, 2 and 2 equals 4, but then you said that 1 plus 1 equals 2, and you would say to her, I never said that.
Quick math.
Yeah? You would say to her, I never said that. So where did you get that from? That's what you were saying it.
It's what's implied.
But that's what you were saying it.
No, I wouldn't
She
actually.
never said that. So why are you adding things to something that she never said?
It's not a question of being added. It's what's implied in what
Don't
her-
imply something. Either tell me what you want to say or don't tell me what you're going to say. I'm not going to add things to make my point.
I think that. Am I right to say?
Yeah, go on.
I think there's a range that she's discussing. I don't think she might have. I think she gave you like the middle ground, and yeah, there's a lesser bit and there's a higher bit, and in essence, because you don't have to spell it out and say every single thing that you could do wrong when you get home. The essence she gave is that when you come home, you bring home all this negative baggage.
Yes,
and you splosh it out in the house. You take it out like dirty shoes in the house. You didn't wipe your feet outside because you were too afraid to do it outside, but you weren't afraid to do it here in front of me. And I have to clean up all your mess now.
And that's vice versa. I think you should be able to do that with your partner.
But the point is that comes in different shapes. So sometimes it could just be you sitting in the corner of silence.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it could be you there drinking, over drinking. Sometimes it could be that you snap at them and you hit them when for no good reason. So no, you don't have to say every single thing. You get the point that she's bringing. You could have. It's somebody else. It's displacement. I was just talking with somebody about this. It's the definition of displacement. Somebody else has pissed you off, and you take it out on me because I haven't actually done anything. Somebody else vexed you. You didn't punch them. You didn't slap them. You come home and shout at me instead because I can take it. Because
I didn't get that from that.
because I'm your wife. That's what I'm here for.
I didn't get that from that. I got the fact that you're coming home miserable.
But
No, it's not just that, but it's okay to come home miserable, but it's just about how you do it, because I'm not gonna, that's very selfish of me to ask you to come home and just smile for me.
That's what she's asking.
I know, but that wasn't the entirety of what she's saying. She's saying that, you're absorbing all these aggressions and then you just, as you're saying, offloading it into the house. You have to take care of home too.
Okay, so when you box up the
how
man,
can I take care of you if you're not taking care of me?
so when you box up the man and lose his job and then come home and tell him, well, I was vexed, so I boxed up the man. I think the first thing she said, you should have just come home and talk to me about it, and then we could have gone through it.
Yeah, talk to me. Don't talk to me like shit though.
I didn't get from it that she was talking to him like shit. I just got from it that you're bringing your displacement, or whatever you want to call that. You call it displacement, so let's use it. Yeah, so you've done something, and instead of you to take out your aggression at work, you've come home and it might, maybe because I'll look at it as how I'll deal with it. You're coming to moan at me about stuff that you happen at work that you should have dealt with at work, and now I have to hear from your shit. That's what I got from it. I'm hearing all your shit. I'd rather you come home and smile like me, like I'm the cracker as well. That's what I got from it.
If I were you, I wouldn't use the word displacement then, because displacement is literally the definition. Is literally the idea of taking the pain that you feel somebody else should have
and
giving it to somebody else. So because I always use the example of when parents are around their children, they've had a rough day, vex, argument with the other partner, something happened bad at work, and their child is washing the dishes and they drop a plate and they give them a slap. And you realize that everybody's going to drop a plate. Breaking something is that wasn't the problem. The problem wasn't the fact that they broke something. It's just you snapped and you just hit them. It's later on you realize, wow, I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. If you're that grown of a parent, you might go there and apologize to your child. But this is what I think a lot of parents do. I think maybe you'll understand a bit more with parents and children. That you just...
I get what you're saying. I just didn't get it from that conversation.
But then okay, well, let one of these... Guys, what do you feel? If your woman came to you and said this... Would you say, yeah, I'll get it and I'll stop or whatever? I don't know. Whatever you want.
Simple.
So, I understand her side of the argument. But when I was listening to that, I kind of felt like it became a lonely place. Because she's saying you're going to go through these things out on the street and they see the best version of you. And then you come back home and I have to see the down version that I probably have to patch up and build back up so that you can go out and then be that person again tomorrow. And why can't I see that person that's outside in the house? So if you want to be literal and very practical in your application of that idea, then you shuck and drive for the man at work, and then you come home and you shuck and drive for your wife. And then at what point do you displace or disperse this energy that you've had?
With one of them four men, innit?
You see, the Slumflower was right. The Slumflower's got vision.
So it then becomes, you then become lonely at that point, because you're now this negative energy that's built up, you have nowhere to dissipate it. So now you're putting on the front outside and you're putting on the front at home. At what point do you get rid of this negative energy? At what point do you...
When you commit suicide and they ask you why you kill yourself.
Well, you see, no, that's why I disagree with what she says about smile for me and lie to me too. I disagree with that fully. I think it's just how you do it. Because, I don't want you to be coming home and lying to me either. But just you can let go of your frustrations in a respectful way. That's all.
Okay.
Because I'm your partner.
How would you?
I'm your friend.
How would you do? How do you do that?
Say, babe, I've had a real shitty day. You know what? I'm just feeling a bit low right now. You know what? Can I just have 10 minutes to myself just for a bit? Or just don't be like, like if I didn't wash the plate and the plate fall and you slapping me. Come on.
Have you ever? Okay, you're not a woman. I mean, I'm assuming you're not a lesbian. So I don't know if you've ever had to go home to a woman and tell her, I'm feeling I had a really bad day. Can you leave me alone for 10 minutes? You know what I mean? Questions come with that. Why do you need to be left alone? What did you do?
And that's fine.
By the time the 10 minutes is finished, you might as well just...
No, it's not. I just think it's unfair to ask a man to just to smile and pretend when you're coming home, because home is supposed to be the safe place, right? For you to be your true self, right? That's supposed to be your solace and your haven.
What saying, isn't it?
Right? Yeah, absolutely. I think it's unfair for her to say you have to shock and jive for when you go home too. But it's just let go of your frustrations in a respectful way.
So what if you walk through the front door, close it behind you, wife? Yeah. Pum pum,
that's what I was thinking. Let's give it a tick, man.
Right
if
now.
She loves you, she could give it a
I
tick,
need
man.
to displace this anger.
But you see the thing that now we are just vessels of your frustration. So now we just have to carry all of that.
How would you prefer it? How would you prefer it?
So do you see what I'm saying to you? It becomes a very lonely place as a man, because you're saying you could say this thing respectfully or what have you. But I'll be honest with you. If I have to spend too much time articulating myself, then I'm not purging. You understand? If I have to translate fuck shit fuck into I just had a really bad day. I'm not saying how I feel. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So again, I'll get back to that loneliness. But
you could say fuck shit without saying fuck shit you.
No, but again,
I could say that fucking manager and fuck that man, but I'm not saying fuck you, bitch. You know what I mean?
Of course. But again, that then comes down to the other individual as well, because also you have to take into account, I've come in and I've had the shit day.
What about you?
Because
there is a balance.
So there's a balance. So what I'm saying here is, I don't know what the good solution is to this. You understand what I'm saying to you?
At the end of the day,
Sorry, go on.
No, I was just saying it for a man, I think it's a very lonely space because the thing is, women, we have the freedom to cry anytime we want. Are you okay? You know, we can say we have a period, our belly hurting, everybody feels sorry for us.
Stav has the freedom.
You know, we have the freedom to say we feel ugly or we feel fat or we feel unattractive. And I think these are feelings that men go through too. And then, but y'all don't have the liberty to be very open about it.
We do have the freedom to agree with you when you say those things.
Yeah, but you know, it's like, you know, men aren't allowed to say they're scared. You know, men aren't allowed to say they feel lonely or sad or any of those things, or to be depressed. You know, like I think I was doing a statistic in the Caribbean, 70% of mental illness is men. And that's due to depression because they don't have that outlet to really offload, you know? So I think it is difficult. Women, we have the freedom to offload all the time to our friends, out on the street, whatever. It's okay. It's almost like an expectation for us to be emotional. And y'all are denied that outlet all the time. So I do agree.
So would you say within a relationship, it's a question of teaching the outlet to your partner, to your man?
Yeah, it's about balance, you know, because obviously we are the vessels, we are the receptacles of all of these things too. So it's about kind of like an exchange. So I don't have an answer to the question.
The thing about, I mean, as a subject, it's quite broad. Like for me, a lot of my stress release comes from sport. So I play football on Sundays. Sometimes I play on a Tuesday as well. And that for me is my purging and my stress relief. But then if it comes to a point where I have this thing scheduled every week, your partner again can now like, oh, you know, what's with the football? Why can't you miss football one day for this or for that or for this or for that? And even if you explain to them, yeah, but that's my purging, that's my stress relief, they still want to be a part of that.
Yeah, people do want to be a part of the things that, especially if you're with a partner and they see that you're getting some form of satisfaction. Almost like what you were saying regarding strange when you was talking about the men and you said I can't do that for you. Like if you like gay men or whatever you was talking about, I can't do that for you. I think at times your partner does feel like that. So if the way that you do get stress release, or if you are purging, as you lot have been using, is to do something that's completely away from them, at times they can take it personally. They'll be like, so one, why can't I be involved in that? And two, if you actively going away from me, am I one of the reasons as well that you need to purge? Which I think everybody has at times have a reason to purge from their partner, because sometimes your partner can get on your nerves and you do need to have that outlet away from them. But in this particular situation, especially in that time as well, for a black man in America going to work, behaving a certain way in a racial standpoint, I'm not saying that, as a wife that she doesn't go through her own stuff, because of course she does. But she couldn't expect a reason as to why the man is jogging and driving at work and then coming home and feeling stressed about it, because they were oppressing us in a way that, we don't actually even know. We've got boundaries now that's maybe not allowing us to feel that same level of oppression that he was getting at the time. But she knew exactly what he was going through at work. So when he's coming home, as I said, I didn't take from him that he was beaten and all of this stuff that you lot have added. So if that's the case, then obviously I'm not going to say that anybody should beat their wife or come home and when she's done something wrong, start screaming and shouting at her because of something that has happened in the past that's got nothing to do with her. But if he's coming home and he's angry and he's just like, I can't take this work, I hate this place and blah, 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 and he's actually quite sad about his day, don't tell me to smile. Don't tell me to do that, because you're the person that I should be able to come home and tell that to. And if you're telling me that I can't do that with you and I need to smile with you, then who have I got? I've only got myself. And then people wonder why they prefer your mum to your wife. All right. Because your mum was to smile with.
All right. Okay. I'm just going to play one 10-second little clip. What's your problem?
What's this clip now again?
It's not easy for me to admit that I've been standing in the same place for 18 years.
Well, I've been standing with you. I gave 18 years of my life to stand in the same spot as you.
Fences.
This whole thing reminded me of Fences.
Yeah, Fences was serious.
This whole thing reminded me. You seen Fences?
No.
Great film.
I haven't even seen Black Panther, man. I haven't seen a bunch of films.
You haven't seen
Black Panther?
I have not.
She's proud of it as well. I have not. I have not seen The Black of Cats.
Are you really black?
I don't need to affirm my blackness by watching some Marvel film.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that
it's
really
not just a Marvel film.
It's beyond that.
No. Outside of all jokes, Fences is something you have to watch.
Okay,
It's a great film.
It is actually a great is the correct word for that film.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll
You know I have to watch it. It's a recommendation.
And this conversation
Watch
is
it.
proper applicable to. I come home on a Friday night. I give you my. All right. Anyways, all right. So that's the end of this podcast here. We have come to a natural progression end. What I will say is, if you want, because a lot of these questions, well, all the questions today were one sent in. I beg you send voice notes as well, because this last one I would have preferred an actual question. So I know you said, oh, it makes sense what's there, but as you can see now, everybody's got different views of. Everyone took it a different way, so the way you might have taken it might be different than how we actually discuss it. Maybe we might go down a different road that you're not happy with. So send these voice notes into esnpodcast@gmail.com, or if you know any of us personally, you can send a voice note on WhatsApp. Can you send voice notes on Twitter?
No, you can probably get an app that you can send stuff through, but I don't know.
Yeah, anyways, but so that's that. So does anybody want to say something very quickly before we go? We done? Anything? No? Okay, so we do our church notes and our socials, and we'll start off with Simple Simon.
At Simple Simon FB on Twitter. I don't have Instagrams. This week is a book recommendation. A book that I just recently finished. It's called Start With Why. It's by Simon Sinek. And it's a decent book that helps you to explore the way we think about leadership and organizations. It's a very good book, so go out there and grab that. It's called Start With Why, and it's by the author Simon Sinek.
The actor.
DATACTOR on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you for listening. I've been watching a show called Travelers on the Flicks of Net. It's very good. I recommend it for people to watch if you like things about time travel, sci-fi-esque. Yeah.
So many gems on Netflix in it. Big Wahala.
At Big Wallo on Insta, or Big Wallo on Twitter.
I am Stavros Boss. You can catch me at Stavros Boss everywhere. My Stavros says this week, I'm just plucking it out of the air, is use the hashtag Sally from HR. And you'll see all the discussions we've been talking about. So go on to Twitter, maybe Instagram as well. I'm sure she puts them on Instagram. And you'll see Kelechi Okafor. So that's basically congratulations on her for winning this award. And if you do the hashtag... Yeah. Was it
Best female social influencer?
Influencer as well. Influenza. You have the code. So hashtag Sally from HR, and you'll see these little 2-minute clips that she's put up. Hilarious. And you're getting it early because I'm sure you'll see them on the big screen or something later on. So yeah, you were there first. I also just want to do another shout out to Wendy B and Delali from last week for doing 2 episodes. I really appreciate you. We really appreciate you staying behind and doing a whole second episode after we fluffed our lines. For any of you that did listen to that 108B last week, we really apologize for the sound quality. It was crap, and we're even debating taking it down now because we are so ashamed of it. But thank you to those ladies for staying behind. Fiona, it's been wonderful having you.
Give thanks.
Yeah, we don't need to hear anything from you anymore. So we can get
No. Give thanks for the support with New Year Caribbean. So far, we have 20,000 followers, which is good. Yay.
Influencer.
Lots of heated debates, which has been really good. So with that, I want to leave a book recommendation since everyone dropping quotes and books and don't tell me. So yeah, one of the best books I've read so far in terms of history is the Expedition to Suriname, exploring the rebellious Negroes from Guinea. Basically, it was a white man who was living in the jungle in Suriname in the 1700s, and his account of the Maroons who escaped from the plantations and all the gangster shit that they did is so inspiring.
See the smile on her face as she says.
No, it's like I just remember some stories from it because it's like it's so cool. It's such a flip on the narrative of slavery, of the whole everyone just getting beaten and that kind of thing, but actually hearing personal stories of like them going to the plantations and like beheading fellas and like slitting throats and like taking over shit, and that actually the Maroons, there were thousands of them living in the forest and it's still out there now. Is
it appealing when a woman says beheading people and smiles at the same time.
I don't know. I think you're like bad girls, you know. You kind of want someone who could handle themselves if there was an apocalypse, so one could just slit a man throat, you know.
I was
handle the thing.
Yes.
So what's the name of that book again?
Yeah, it's called The Expedition to Suriname by John Stedman. It just has some really cool stories, and you know, it's like a film to me because it's just hearing that actually people actually did shit, and it wasn't, you know, and they scared the shit out of these, you know, white people, and it's actually really, really cool. Some of the stories.
Okay, and you want to give out your socials again?
Oh yeah, it's Know Your Caribbean on Instagram and Twitter. Support. Come give your comments. There's actually a good heated debate going on about the Jamaican Maroons right now.
What's hold on, I'm tempted now.
Oh, the Jamaican Maroons?
Yeah, what's the debate?
Okay, so basically the Jamaican Maroons, everyone looks up to them as obviously a symbol of, you know, against white oppression because they, you know, they battled the Europeans and stuff like that, but they made a treaty with the British in the end in exchange for land and a peace treaty so that the British would leave them alone, that they would become slave catchers.
Ooh,
yeah.
Oh, hold on a minute.
What?
So hold on, because
I know.
We're quite often hearing a lot of Caribbean people when they want to.
You didn't ask a question. Don't let her finish. What? What's the debate about?
Yeah, but that's the debate. That basically people are upset that, you know, they don't want to believe or come to terms with the fact that the Maroons, these freedom fighters or whatever, were actually
slave catchers.
Yeah, were actually, and you're very good at it too, in exchange for money.
So, because obviously there's a lot of times that you see these debates between.
Do you really want to start this?
Yes.
I know which Jerome's going to be. He like that chicken on the corner.
And
I'm gonna get him for you.
And a lot of things that the Caribbeans like to dash at the Africans is you sold us out.
Y'all did.
And y'all did that and the other. But clearly you did it yourselves as well. So what's the difference?
But you see, but most of the Maroon chiefs were African though. You see, the thing is, most of the Maroon chiefs were born in Africa.
You're all African anyway.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if you're talking about the dynamics between, you started your thing, between African people and Caribbean people, right? Yeah. Even though you're all from the diaspora, right? Is the fact that most Maroon chiefs were born in Africa because they knew life before slavery, right? So they lived life free, doing their thing, and they got captured into slavery, and they come there and they're like, fuck that. But obviously Caribbean-born Africans, they were born into slavery, so they didn't have that kind of full-on rebellious spirit.
Okay, so that's even another thing that is another strange thing that I didn't know about, because I was assuming that the ones I don't know that much about the Marines, which is bad, to be honest. But I thought that it was still the slaves that were born into the country that was rebelling. I didn't know it was necessarily the ones that were. What you're saying now were the ones that was doing it were still seen as African. I'm putting it in inverted commas, and so it was still Africans that were doing it. So again, that's not something that's really been told. You really just hear Jamaicans or whatever Caribbean Maroons. You never really hear the African part of that. That's not really.
Well, they call it Jamaican Maroons because I mean they were there for a long time. So then they moved into the bush.
Yeah.
And then they had children and they're generational, but they still consider themselves very separate from the rest of everyone else.
So did they see themselves as Africans?
I would say so, because they still celebrate their African traditions now. They still speak a lot of the languages that come from Ghana, a lot of the things that they do.
Akan languages, yeah?
Yeah.
Akopong Town. I told you a lot about Akopong Town.
Yeah. So there's a bit of a heated debate because people are like, oh, you know, they kind of hurt.
They're hurt and upset.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting. I'm gonna join your Twitter. I got your personal. I'm gonna join this Twitter because I want to see the debates.
Yeah.
Because these are the type of things where I know that you shouldn't use the internet and comments for learning, but sometimes you can find things out that you didn't know, and then you can go and find more information out somewhere else.
Man, you can find some.
So that's good.
Things.
I'm glad that you came and dropped that little bit at the end to just toast the fantastic hosting that you've done this today.
Oh God, thank you.
I think that was a good way of ending it, kind of. Bush way.
Just got one last thing to say. Tariq Cruz versus D.L. Hughley, 50 Cent, Russell Simmons, and Tariq Nasheed. Go on Twitter and see the beef, because Tariq Cruz is getting it from certain other black celebrities for.
They call him a pussy because he said an agent grabbed his dick, right?
Yeah. But yeah, so basically he's coming back at these people now. Toxic masculinity is going all over the gaff. They're basically calling him a coon. Because
they call him a coon?
Because he keeps talking. He's moved on to the narrative now of black men need to be this. Black men he's kind of like moved away because he's joined the Me Too movement. He's joined the Me Too movement, which is fine. And then he did his thing and he said that we need to defend our women. And then now the narrative seems to be turning towards he's focusing on black men basically. Black men, this is what we need to do with black women. Black men, this is women. And they're like, bruv, you were it's white man that touched you. Why all of a sudden now you're talking about black men and what we do with white men, with our women?
Do you feel that black men are the white men of the black culture?
I'm not.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he posted this the other day.
Do you feel like black men are the white men of the black community? No, sorry. Heterosexual black men are the white men of the black community.
Oh, in terms of like privilege and things?
Yes, exactly that.
To a degree, yeah.
I don't even necessarily disagree with it. I just don't think it needs to be said.
It
doesn't need to be said.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be said. We're all down here. That is literally crabs in a bucket. Crap.
Behavior. That's what I said. I think we discussed this before, and that's the same thing I said. I said, if you're talking about privilege, of course we get a bit more privilege than women, because men get more privilege than women in general. You could say we get more privilege than...
I even disagree, because I think gay people get more... Gay men get more privilege than straight men right now.
Yeah, okay, certain aspects.
Because they're very demanding, though.
Yeah. Right now, as a gay black man, you get away with more than a straight black man.
Is it gay or trans?
No, I'll say gay.
From that community.
I'm not even sure though, because
some.
I don't know about that.
Because
They still get hunted and killed.
Transom.
They still get hunted and killed. The gay black men.
By who?
By people that hate gays.
In which country?
No, it happens.
Hunted and killed.
Yes.
Black gay men or just gay men?
Definitely black gay men.
Gay men in general, black gay men are part of that. Yeah, so yes, it does happen.
I don't want to be flippant about it. Yes, I know they have their own persecution, but my point is because we're all persecuted. Anyways, that was just a thing there.
So
that was
one
of the topics, but we didn't get around to it because we ran out of time. But you can search that on social media and just look at it yourself. All right. So once again, thank you, Fiona. You were wonderful as you were last time. Hopefully, we'll have you again.
Next time when you come on here, I was gonna get straight history. We're going straight into the history.
Full 100.
Full 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have good stories for you.
Yeah. Let's do
some
that.
Good gangster stories.
Let's do that.
Yeah, where they like cut off Master's head and like use his head as a bowling ball. I'm not even lying though. It's like true fact though.
Yeah, Fiona, pop up.
It's the pleasure it gives
removing of head, you know.
No, definitely.
Listen, don't ever wake up Fiona and she's just there next to your neck, stroking your neck or something. But you know she's looking to cut it off one time.
She said, "Don't you want to go out with a gangster that might just slit your throat?" So, like, wow, okay, maybe I might. I don't know.
I don't know if I can leave a woman that I think.
First of all, y'all loved Mission in Walking Dead, right?
Yeah.
How she was just slicing things.
I used to love Michonne, and then the Rick thing happened, and now suddenly I don't.
I know. It was kind of yuck. I remember. Yeah. But still, she was handling herself.
Is she
right?
deny?
Huh?
Yeah,
yeah. She looks. The shorter hair, the better she looks. I'm telling you now.
But I hear what you're saying.
Come on.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
You're strong, but you still have to debase yourself. How could you? But anyway, can I say one more other thing before we finish? Sorry. Groundbreaking, the People's Choice Awards. Please nominate for Best Radio Show BAG Behind the Groove. That's our sister in music, Miss Nikki Stylus.
I'm not sure it's out yet.
It's out. She's just posted it.
Not the date. I don't know if you can vote for it yet.
Well, the voting now is the 28th of January, which is today.
I'll take it back then. DJ Nikki Stylus, big up yourself. I was with her the other day.
That's
children.
good for you.
That's what I'm saying, man.
So you do go out. What are you complaining about?
But this during the day, I was with her 2 children, man. Doing what?
Yes, you are a father. Yeah, you have a child, so play with other
That's
kids.
not my whole life.
It is now.
That is what you're defined by now.
You are a father.
You're defined by your father.
I am your father. All right, ladies and gents, thank you very much for listening to episode 109 of season 2 of the Eloquently Saying Nothing podcast. Use the hashtag ESN pod and join in the conversation. If you are unhappy with something that we said, tell us. If you want to be another one again to say that you like that, who's that girl's voice? Where does she come from? Use the hashtag ESN pod, because you and Georgette is the ones that's getting all the comments about your accent. I like the accent, I like the accent personally. That's what
Where's Georgette from?
Georgia is from Luton.
From Luton?
She's a Nigerian by way of Luton. But because she talks, she enunciates very well. And I think some people just maybe
She's
like
got
that.
a soft voice, I think. Is that what they call it, soft voice?
You know what? She sounded like she got a voice that she could read sensual stories, you know.
Oh.
You do it as well, but
yeah, both of you.
And my voice more Marge Simpson, you know.
Yeah, but you
Marge Simpson,
but you can still do the.
I like that actually.
I would have to try a bit harder to get sexy.
No, if you relax like you did before, And when you stroke the shaft, it just feel good, you know. I mean,
Where the hell did that come from?
Too nice. Like I
Whoa.
Maybe I should start doing.
Do some audio books.
If you listen,
sexual.
if you were happy to do that and
accents.
you needed the extra funds, you could easily do that talking.
Trust me.
Easily.
Trust
Yeah,
me.
man, you could make a money. So if you, that's an option
your,
for you.
your business for fellow productions.
Four fellow production.
Four fellow production.
Four whole fellows.
Four whole man production.
All right. Let's go. See, now really we could just go and eat and enjoy this conversation later, but we have to go home. We have to go home, innit? We have to go home.
Does everybody have to go home?
I'm going home.
All right.
People
I have to go home. I'm going home.
Fiona, do you have to go home?
I do.
Yeah.
I'm going home.
All right. Okay. Well, on that note, thank you.
I remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you ain't saying nothing, say it well.
Slag for, well, up until you're 25 or so, because it's clearly not for life anymore.
Oh my god.
Dry bitches.
Gaza whistle forever now.
Four holy men.
Slag for life. All right. So thank you. What do you think?
Yeah, it was great.
No,
I supposed to stay on the thing.
Yes. Yeah, I'm happy. Yes. Say it.
Yeah.
I'm out here waiting for the history lesson, man. Next time we do the history.
Yeah. Some good stories.
Why you said that, Rihanna?
It's so sexy though. Like
That's how you said it.
what?
That's how you said it.
Cut his throat. You want a gangster girl, a bad girl. Throat.
Gangsta cut throat. This is what we do. We stroke shaft and cut throat.